guarantee you he's pissed off because he had medical surgery go bad.
Yeah, it says later on, further down it does. You had a vasectomy a while back. For the sake of argument, this is the sake of argument. The doctor did a bad job. Complications happened. Now you have both testicles removed.
Wait a minute,
This didn't happen to him.
I use this example because I know how important your genitals are to you. You hire an attorney to sue your doctor, recover damages because the doctor screwed up. So you think he screwed up? Well, you win the lawsuit, but due to Proposition 12, your testicles are only worth $250,000 minus your attorney's cost that comes out of your own pocket. So I believe the standard fee for attorneys to go to court is 33%. No, that's if it's on a contingency. That would be your attorney fees, not mine. Court 33%, that equals $82,500. So now your testicles are only worth $167,000. Also, with this proposition passing, now doctors and malpractice insurance carriers are happy because they no longer need to worry about paying out more than $250,000. Where do you get that? Oh, it was $750 per suit.
It's, $250 per suit.
Okay. Per person. $250 per person.
Right. You sue the doctor, you sue the nurse, you sue the hospital.
I would say the odds, getting all three of them, that would be a trifecta, I would say. The odds are probably against you. You probably get the doctor, might get the nurse, might get the hospital, but I can't imagine getting all three. Why does my mic sound funny?
I don't know.
Does it?
Let me hear.
Why does my mic sound funny?
It does sound different again. Yeah.
How does it keep changing?
I don't know.
That doesn't really bother me. Okay. But it is different, right?
Yeah.
All right. Also, with this proposition passing, it says, with all this, do you really think that the cost of health care will go down? If you bring this up on Monday, try and wait till a little clock. I'm not waiting until 4 o'clock so you can listen. I love crap like that. Hey, if you're going to read my email, I don't get off work until 5:17, so you can give me about 8 minutes to get in the car, read about 5:30. That work out really well for me. Love the show. Should I have sprinkles with that?
Yes.
It's always gimme. Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and rearrange a well-planned out show.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make you happy so you get to hear your email on the air. But if this guy starts out really pissy, I hope you and Everett are really happy about the vote on Prop 12. I exercised my constitutional right to vote against Proposition 12 on Saturday. I hope that none of your listeners never need to file a lawsuit against someone in the medical profession. I hope you realize the impact your show has. I also want you also to realize I do not agree with all of your views. I am not a mindless individual who can or will be influenced by every radio show. So what are you bitching at me for? Are you saying you're smarter than everybody else? I doubt it.
Totally lost.
You're just pissed off because you went out and wasted a Saturday.
It barely passed.
I know, by like less than 20,000 votes, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. 51 to 49%, 750,000, 810 to 717, 805.
So what's the difference between the two? 10,000? 33,000? That's damn close for a state election. Yeah. Some of the propositions didn't do anything because they were equally split. See the one about the wineries?
Yeah.
Figure you didn't like that one.
Yeah, very nice.
Now they can have wineries in dry areas. Mm-hmm. Happy about that. What do I care? All right. Anything else in the email?
Nope.
Everything else go okay today?
Everything went wonderful. Nice and smooth.
Good.
No problems.
Russ, your mic sounds bad. Sound bad?
I don't think so.
Screw it. I really don't care. I just wonder why it changes from time to time. Nobody should be back there jacking around with anything. That's another reason I wanted my own studio, so nothing changes. Nobody comes in and starts screwing around with stuff like we did in the old building. Every show would come in and readjust the mics because everybody liked different sounds.
That area is locked up on the weekends now, where these compressors are.
Obviously, it's not, because somebody can get to it.
Yeah.
Dopey-ass weekend shows would come in over the old building because they could get to the processors and everything would change. Some of the idiots with, weekend things to sell would come in and change stuff. You don't know anything about radio. Leave it alone. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening to you to begin with. What do you care what you sound like? Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Give it a week without a producer, see how it goes?
Just see what goes on. Have you guys even talked?
Mm-mm.
You're not even talking?
Mm-mm.
Both act like two little boys.
Excuse me. This isn't a come a meeting of the minds type situation.
Sure.
You're making it sound like, well, if both you guys talk, you can get it worked out. This is not a situation like that. The employer says, get the hell out. Employee gets out.
That's true.
Where's the bullheaded part about it?
No.
Did I screw up?
No, you didn't.
Did he screw up?
Yes.
Okay. Did I give him the opportunity to correct?
You did.
Did he decline?
He did.
Ta.
Okay. If he does the bottle rocket thing, can he come back?
Mm-mm. He defied me.
Oh.
Not going to negotiate with somebody over their punishment. You screw up. I don't recall you negotiating how bad you were going to screw up. You didn't give me the opportunity to mitigate your screw up. You just came in and screwed up. Now, had you given me the opportunity? Perhaps. Like I said before, don't get mad at me because you don't like the way I get pissed off. Mm-hmm. Don't screw up and then you don't get to see this. Man, there was some guy that was livid on the tollway when I was coming to work. Some dopey chick in a Mitsubishi changed lanes, didn't watch, pulls right in front of the guy. Mm-hmm. Guy honks, blah, 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 pulls around her in his little car, pulls tight right in front of her, locks it up. I mean,
damn.
Locks it up. Little Ford Escort. Sideburns all the way down to his shoulders. And he did it twice.
An idiot.
Obviously, she had something coming.
But still, what if she rams the rear of his little Escort and explodes and he dies?
Well, he thinks, I'm sure he thought I'm gonna punish her. And if she hits me, well, she hit me from behind, so it's her fault. Mm-mm. And there was a cargo van coming up behind her. I just kind of sit back and watched it. I went, this one's going to be dandy. I hear the music right now.
Yeah.
I know exactly how this.
Yeah.
I know how this one's going to play out. Disco music starts, right. Sooner or later, a car's going to flip over.
No matter which one and how far.
Yeah. Then he tails her most of the way down the tollway. Like, dude, let it go. You got your point across. Somebody can make a mistake. You ain't got to follow them all the way to work.
Jesus. Was that you?
No, I don't drive an Escort.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Just get that look.
I don't have a look. Okay. I know how to handle myself in traffic. I don't let things bother me.
Yeah. God.
I don't. God. I let it go.
How many times have I seen you and heard you scream at people and then punish them?
I don't know.
Yeah. Many.
I can't think of one.
I can't think of a time I've spoken to you on the phone you haven't screamed at somebody.
You know what?
Them off the road.
I don't run people off the road.
You were kicking a van from a motorcycle one day, kicking it.
She tried to kill me.
You did not.
Just so she could change 2 lanes and get over to Brahms there on Forest Lane.
You're kicking a van.
She tried to kill me so she could have the ice cream. You got to let them know that they almost hit you.
Well, that's what that guy was doing.
No, he tried to kill her. Or himself.
Yeah.
That was absurd. I was just gently kicking the side of the van.
All she had to do was turn left and you'd be dead.
Well, then I had it coming.
I guess.
Those are the people you just want to take away their licenses.
Yeah.
The guy who couldn't handle it decides he's going to slam not on a side street or something. Everybody's maybe moving 30, 40 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. We're all going 60, 70 miles an hour. He locked it. You could probably go back on the tollway where it happened and see the skid marks.
People get crazy. Saw a huge panel truck the other day, and I can say the name because I remember it like it was yesterday. Pronto delivery service. Great big white truck coming up on the exit here. Mm. He was in center lane. Mm. Just came over. It wasn't me. It was a guy in front of me. Mm. Just literally rammed him off the road.
Really?
Yeah. Off onto the grass.
With the guy that ran it.
He chased him, and I got out of the way. I let him go play. But they're probably back here in this industrial area someplace.
You gotta let stuff like that go.
You don't let anything go, ever.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No.
I make a joke about remembering things, but
how about the guy on the tollway that time? You came in and had Eddie run his license plate. We called him at the house.
The old guy?
Yeah.
He slammed on his brakes in front of me. Tried to kill me. He thought it was funny.
He didn't try to kill you.
Yes, the hell he did.
Why would he be doing that?
Hang on, I forget.
Yeah.
You remember the story?
Seems like he cut you, or I remember if he cut you off and then you went around him and then he tried to get in front of you again or something?
I don't remember. I think maybe, I know what happened. I was in the left-hand lane, and I'm coming down the tollway. He's over in the far right, decides all of a sudden that left lane looks awfully tasty. I must now be in the left lane.
And pulled over in front of you.
Yeah. I'm probably going 70. He's doing 50 at best. Got to be in the left lane. That left lane's that's that new taste sensation. I got to get over there and see what it's like. Never been in that left lane. I need to be in the left lane at 253. Whoosh. And then I'm coming up, and instead of him getting back over or speeding up, he slams on the brakes. Remember that old fart? Should have beat the hell out of him.
There you go. What happened to letting it go?
Did I?
No, you came to the station, got his name, got his number, called him at the house.
Okay.
Tried to beat him up.
So?
Well, that's not letting it go.
Yes, it is.
No.
Did I say anything else about it?
I guess not.
Thank you. I let it go.
All right.
Do I follow that chick around in the van that tried to kill me on the motorcycle?
No.
No. Give him a couple swift kicks on the side of the van, you let it go.
Okay. That's how people get shot every day.
I'd love to be a cop.
Oh, my God.
Just drive around in an unmarked car.
Yeah. I'd hate to think of you as a cop.
Why?
Because you beat people every day.
Oh, God, it makes me horny.
I know. Pull them out through the windshield. By their hair.
We're going to do a reverse Shantae. I'm going to pull you out through the windshield. God, I'd love to beat people.
No, you would.
Oh, yes, I would.
What, you wouldn't really hit people? I guess you would.
Makes my eyes water just thinking about it.
You can see you're excited.
Let's carry around a great big phone book and beat them with it.
That phone book? Oh, that's right. Doesn't need more.
Yeah. Beat them with a Coke can in a bag, and then when you're done, drink it.
Get rid of the evidence?
Yeah.
Perfect. What's a Coke? Why would Coke can? Why does that work?
Or when you're slinging the bag around, and every time you hit them,
yeah,
the shape of the can changes. So it's hard for them to prove exactly what it was.
Oh, I see.
Ain't right, Eddie?
Yes.
See?
Damn. You guys have this down.
Or you freeze a sandwich, you beat them with it, then you eat it.
Okay. You really thought this through.
Yeah. Almost anything frozen in a bag will knock somebody out.
And then it thaws. And
yeah. Or ice is even better. Beat them with a bag full of ice, and they just leave it there. Good luck. Put this back together. All right. I don't have anything else. So everything's cool. Everything's calm. No problems today.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. That's not a good sign for somebody. We could always get Dan back on a part-time basis.
You think Dan will want to sit in the office, though?
I don't care. That's the job. That's the new role of the producer. No longer will the producer be in this studio. That was my mistake from a long time ago. I'll take credit for screwing that up. There's no reason for the producer to be in here all the time. Be in the office, stay ahead of the show, listen to what's going on, interact from time to time, get all your work done while the show's on the air.
Right.
It's a great idea.
Well, so part-time hourly?
Yeah.
For Dan?
Just figure out, whatever salary we have for Trey. Break it down to a 40-hour work week.
Okay.
What's 18 divided by 40? $18,000, not $18. Never mind, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Paying $15 an hour.
Okay.
See how it works. We're going into the fall book. Might be nice to have Dan back for the fall.
Okay. From the office, part-time.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? It's going to affect you the most. You guys work with him.
I work fine with Dan. I really do. I mean, radio shtick aside. I work fine.
Why are your eyes all poofy? Was you out drinking last night?
I went to the wine festival yesterday, and I always poof up when I drink wine.
No. That's all right.
I know better.
You look sad. Are you sad?
I'm very happy.
Why are your eyes all watery?
Because
You got a hangover?
I know. I just drank too much wine. I went to the tasting festival.
I don't think you're not supposed to swallow it, are you?
Yes. Well, you can, yes. Just get a little taste, but you go to all the booths. And
how many booths are there?
Like 30.
Okay. What do you get, like shot glass?
Less than that. You get about a half ounce pour.
Okay.
It's real little, but again, over and over and over.
Half ounce. 30 places? Did you have just one sample at each place?
A couple of them I went back.
Okay.
They're my favorites.
So at least
you get to vote.
Did you try all 30?
I think I may have skipped 2 or 3.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That's a few glasses.
That's a lot. It's too much. Too much.
Mm.
I know better.
Okay. I don't have anything else if you're ready to go.
How was your weekend? All good?
Let me think.
Oh, I know one other thing I was going to say about Dan. Even though he hasn't really done anything wrong, will he have to do the rocket in the Bobo thing?
I'll do the rocket in the ass thing just to prove a point. I'm not above it.
Okay.
And I've been in radio 2.5 decades. Yep. I've done a lot of crap all the way up to this point, and nobody says it's going to stop. But it'll be by my own choosing. Mm-hmm. But a rocket in the ass is certainly not beneath me. I enjoy it. I'll look forward to it. Okay. I can't wait. I wish it was in there now. I'll do it sometime today just to prove a point.
Okay.
I ain't sticking nothing in my ass. All right, fine, get out. How dare you defy me? You're not on equal ground with the rest of us. This ain't the Hall of Justice.
Yeah. So is the Trey thing a closed book?
I haven't decided.
Okay.
Right now, I'm sour on the whole deal.
I understand. Let's just go this week. See what happens.
I don't think he's going to like that. It's kind of calm right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Very relaxing.
Yes.
I feel an inner peace. Like this.
Oh, you like it.
And then sometime between now and 7, I'll stick the rocket in my ass.
Okay.
Thank you.
That'll be funny.
Okay. We got a camera today?
Yes, I have mine. I always have mine with me.
All right. Seems like there was something else I was going to mention before we get started. Oh, I met a chick on Saturday night. Was hanging out at the restaurant. I didn't have a date or anything.
Right. Just at the bar?
Mm-hmm. So a friend of somebody that works at where I was hanging out.
Oh. She hot? How old?
28. Brunette. What would this be? To my chin.
5, yeah.
5'7"?
6.
5'6". 5'6". Height, weight, proportionate. Nice little C cups.
Did you already see those?
No.
Okay.
We actually went upstairs where I was and talked for a little over an hour.
Really? What does she do?
She works for the corporate offices, some kind of, not antique, but it's world something company. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to everything.
I understand.
It's almost like a Pier 1.
Like an importer?
Yeah. But it's world something. Okay. It's been there for a few years. Drives a late model Toyota.
Married before?
No.
No kids? Mm-mm. Want some? Did you get that far yet?
Mm-mm. We just met.
I don't know. You said you talked for an hour.
I did. Felt very comfortable.
Very good. Maybe she will. Oh, never mind.
Maybe she'll what?
She could take that last ticket to Kiss and Aerosmith, but it's a guy's night.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Do we have all 8 accounted for? Box seats, everything ready to go?
I think we still have one empty. It's you.
Okay, that's 1.
Me.
Good. Ludwig.
Luddy.
That's 3.
Your cop buddy.
Okay.
Everett.
Eddie, you going or not?
Yeah.
You are going?
Yes. That's 1.
All right, so that's 6.
So we got 2 left.
Okay.
You bring your new girlfriend, I'll bring Joy.
No.
Okay.
It's a guy's thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's seems like I'm leaving somebody out, but there's 1 or 2 left. Big night.
Big night.
I'm excited. All right, you ready to go?
Sure.
Here we go. 3:34, J.D. Ryan's on Live 105.
Thank you, Russ. And it's brought to us this time by Home Depot and by Miller Brewing.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It can help you get your lawn and garden ready for winter. Come in and learn how to winterize at Home Depot. You can do it. We can help. This hour of the Russ Martin Show is brought to you in part by Miller Lite.
And by Condoms to Go, 75 at Walnut Hill. The producer, someone, will be there tomorrow night. I guess most importantly, you just show up to find out who's going to be there from 8 until 10 o'clock. Condoms to Go with tickets to the Chevy 500. It is Monday, September the 15th, 2003. Dan Marino turns 42 today. Oliver Stone, 57. Tommy Lee Jones is 57. Gaylord Perry, baseball.
Tommy Lee Jones is only 57?
Yeah, he looks rough.
He's older than that.
It says 57.
He's got to be in his 60s. Look at him.
I realize. He has a ranch or something around here, so I think he's in the sun a lot. I think that's part of the deal.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Gaylord Perry, Baseball Hall of Famer, is 65, and Penny Singleton, who was the voice of Jane Jetson on the Jetsons, is 95 today. Earl Bolton says, not that press conference started at 3 o'clock, he says he'll try to clean his image today, and the former Dallas police chief could also air some of the city's dirty laundry. He said, I was the police chief. I know more secrets than the mayor. My knowledge is vast and pervasive. So if they want to talk about some Dallas little secrets, bring it on. We'll have some fun. It was scheduled at 3 o'clock today. We'll try to get some audio from it.
He has turned into such a little pissant.
He really has.
I want severance. Let's start with your tongue.
Yeah, he does. 44 years old, 23 years of service. He would receive about $60,000 or 2% of his annual salary per year for each year of service. So for 23 years. And he was making $140,800 when he was fired. Mr. Bolton has also accrued about $68,000 in unused vacation and sick days.
So he's going to let little secrets out.
That's what he says.
Has this man no composure?
Mm-hmm.
No, not composure.
Class.
Yeah. That's the perfect word for this.
Character.
Now we know exactly why everybody had a problem with him while he was in office. This was the part that we didn't see. Now he's letting it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I was police chief. I know a lot of stuff. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
And I'm going to take 30 minutes to tell it in front of the city council. And you know damn well that 30 minutes that they've got, it ain't going to go 30 minutes straight.
Mm-mm.
I can't wait to hear the sound clips from it. The actualities.
I understand.
Hope mine doesn't melt. Because you know that place is packed full of supporters.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Bolton people. There's going to be screaming, hollering. He'll probably cry again.
Mm-hmm.
He's got absolutely no class whatsoever.
That was just pathetic. And like you said, we're now getting to see what everybody else saw.
You didn't get your teeth chomping bits, did you?
No.
What are you waiting on? Why does it always have to ask? I thought you already wrote yourself a note. I already thought you talked to Dr. Lips.
Hibbs.
Whatever. When is this going to happen?
Make me another one.
Okay, when's he coming up?
I don't know. I'll get that straightened out. I keep my mouth apart.
It's not going to do any good. You slam it down at the end of every sentence. You're killing me.
There's something I can wear.
No. How about one of those?
No,
a great big meaty one in your mouth.
I'll keep it from going together.
Thank you. And then we both get something out of it.
You're disgusting. An Austin man can face federal charges for what he did on a United Airlines
Another thing about
flight.
Bolton.
What?
The fact that it pisses me off even more that he used a church to get out some of his message.
Sure.
Behind the pulpit. I don't know if he got behind the pulpit or in the pulpit. Is it behind or in? Behind. All right. Gets in there and decides he's going to call Laura Miller a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
She pulled the strings to stab him in the back. I'm telling you, he's got no sense. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
And he'll probably find another job as a police chief someplace. I wouldn't hire him, just knowing now here's how he acts. The best time to judge somebody's character is when they leave a company, how they leave.
Absolutely.
He gets fired, what does he do? I'm telling you. Don't you even, because I see where it's going. I left the Eagle on the best terms anybody has ever given anybody in broadcasting. I gave them. I knew. Don't you do it.
I'm not going on you. I was going to say Dan Lewis. He's pulling a Dan Lewis, which is you leave it someplace, you decide you're going to tell everybody what you think about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. So you wasn't coming after me on that one.
You did a very good job. You were completely honest and upfront with them.
I knew March 15th was going to be my last day. I could have said something on the air. Hey, I'm leaving here. April 1st, April 3rd, whatever. I'm going to be on 105.3.
You didn't have to do that. We talked about it on the phone. You could have got on the radio one morning and said, hey, I'll be over at 105.3 in about an hour. Everybody switch over.
Yeah.
Would have made the newspapers, would have made a big stink.
The more I think about that, the more I should have done it.
Legally, they couldn't have done a single thing to you.
No. My contract had run out 8-9 months before. No compete, no nothing. They thanked me for that? No. Did they stop and think about it? Not a chance.
Mm-mm.
They knew the power. If they went back and looked at it with hindsight, they knew the power that I had the last day I was on. I could have screwed that station royally. But I didn't. Because I have character. Mm-hmm. And it makes it a lot easier to throw it in their face later. Here's how I did. Here's the way you should do it. I'm not going to be like every other schmuck in broadcasting. And on the last show, hey, here's where I'm going. Here's what I'm going to do. Screw this dump. That's what Bolton's doing. Mm-hmm. I got secrets I'm telling. Not a chance would I want him as chief of police or anything.
Not if I was running the city.
Hi, Keith.
Hey, Russ, what's happening, buddy?
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that was at the Chief Bolton Church, crybaby, whatever you want to call it.
See?
And said that they took up a collection for Chief Bolton's legal fees.
No, they didn't.
Church. That's exactly what I was told.
That was in the news story.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
And he also said that, what was it? It was for his legal fees, and the deal is, why would he need legal fees if he wasn't going to try to sue somebody? So this has all started. The way it came out to him.
There'll be no end to that sentence. He was trying.
Gave it a shot.
Yeah. I thought he always said all along he was going to go to court. He was going to appeal the firing. So he's going to need a defense fund.
He showed up with his lawyer on television that same day. That can't remember his name now.
It doesn't matter. It's just more embarrassment. We obviously can't get anybody with any quality to run the city of Dallas.
Yeah. If I was a corporation, I'd look very hard and long at the way the city's being run before I moved here.
Yeah. Just send me video of the city council meetings. I'd like to hear audio.
Or your police chief preaching. About,
crying.
Crying.
I got fired. Mayor City of Dallas is a wizard. Ooh. Oh, man, if you had to flip that around and the mayor threw out some racial statement about him, you can say whatever you want about the way he worded it.
Yeah.
Wizard, pulling the strings, stab me in the back. You can dance around it, and that's a dandy job. But you flip-flop it, and if Laura Miller had said something anywhere close to that with the same ability to dance around what she's actually saying, people would they would come apart at the joints.
The national headlines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Finish typing line 1. No impact on the Eagle when you left. Is that what he said? Is that what he thinks? Excuse me. Hi, Pete.
What's up?
What can I do for you?
Well, nothing. I just don't think that I don't listen to 97.1 either, or hardly, and the only reason this is on is because my buddy's radio is on.
Don't qualify the statement. Just shut up. I don't care why you're listening. Just get to the point.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that you're making something that you're not, and frankly, I think you squat when you piss.
Okay. What is that? Don't you even. You big pussy. How do you know about the piss part?
I don't know. We never really talked about that.
That's probably when I said I wipe front to back.
That's it.
I got to stop talking about my vaginal tearing.
You don't have any.
He just wanted it on the air.
I know.
And all you got to do is go check the ratings and see where the Eagles been for the past 3 years. I don't even have to make a statement.
No.
And you knew it was going to be one of those pissy drive. Oh, and you accuse me of sitting down when I go to the bathroom. You ain't man enough to stay on the phone. I think you sit out when you piss.
I better hang up before he comes to this phone and gets me.
God, I'd love like pound 69.
Yeah.
You just hit it and the phone hits him. Where was I going with this? Pussy, drive by.
Emphasis on when you left Eagle. What the ratings did?
I forget. Doesn't matter. They sucked. They sucked for 3 years. They haven't had a morning show. They've tried. I think the closest they've gotten to recovering is like 13th or 14th in the morning. You can thank Tom Sure for all of that. Former GM and VP of KUGL. Now he's in Nashville. Blowing goats. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okie dokie. An Austin man could be facing federal charges for what he did on a United Airlines flight from Hawaii early Sunday. Brian Eager, who's 36, was pacing the aisles shouting Bible passages. Passengers jumped on him, pinned him down, taped him up, taped his mouth shut with duct tape. Eager will now be held 72 hours to undergo a psychological exam, and they say he could face federal charges of interfering with the flight crew.
Good. I like it when they set on them and kill them.
Yeah, I only did that on Southwest.
I know, it makes me laugh.
And I love how they came back and sued Southwest, like Southwest had anything to do with it. It was the passengers. It wasn't the pilot sitting on him. It was a bunch of passengers sat on him.
Has that suit played out yet?
I don't even think it has.
What was Southwest supposed to do?
Exactly.
Southwest needs to turn back around and sue the parents for raising that nut. It's the family, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what you do. You let that idiot run free. You let that idiot get on one of our airplanes.
Start kicking the door in.
You know what? What they should do is have a lot of people on that flight go back and sue the family. You put my life in danger by having this kid. You raised it. You made it. And you let it loose on me.
That's true. That would have a lot more merit than these people suing Southwest.
What's the difference between people suing Ford?
Nothing.
You made it. It's dangerous. Shouldn't be on the road.
I remember.
You're responsible.
The family in television interviews, right? He was always such a nice boy. He's never done anything like this until he started kicking the cockpit door in.
I don't care what his history was.
Then he became a nut. Doesn't matter if he was a church boy up until the time he starts kicking the door in. It's all erased. Then you sit on him until he dies.
The only time we ever had problems with him, we'd hear him in the bathroom in the tub and the water splashing really hard a lot. We don't really know what that was. No. So he picks a plane to go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So either Southwest or somebody else in that plane needs to turn back around and sue that family. It would almost be worth it, even if you lost, just to make them go through the process.
Pointed it. I'll try to find out what happened to that story.
And of course, you got to sue Southwest because they're the ones with all the money.
Yeah, of course. The guy that actually sat on him.
And what is? You flip it around and go back to the family. All right, your kid wigged out on our plane. Next time, if you have another one, how would you like us to handle that when he wigs out and he starts kicking the cockpit door? Exactly how would you like for us to detain him? Since we didn't do it right this last time. What would you have done in a situation like that post 9/11? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you make sure the mom's neutered so it doesn't happen again. Spade, neutered.
You can do
Spade. Spade, yeah. Spade. Because with the guy, they do your newts. Mm-hmm. Got it. All right, I'm in.
East Coast residents boarded up homes and businesses and moved their boats inland today. And government agencies from South Carolina to Massachusetts have made preparation as a powerful Hurricane Isabel heads toward the coast. Looks like it's going to hit just below Norfolk, maybe the Outer Banks.
What is the islands that it says? Peninsula. It's something L.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's in the story someplace.
Norfolk Navy officials huddled. Norfolk huddled to decide whether to...
Norfolk. It's not Norfolk.
Trying to stay away from... Okay.
That's what it's pronounced. Norfolk.
Okay. Navy officials huddled to decide whether to take the Atlantic Fleet ships out to sea or ride it out. Because it's going to hit... that's right where they're all based.
Do you know what L I'm talking about? Leeward or Leland or...
Trying to think of it.
But you saw in the story? Because Dewana was adamant that it was going to hit something with an L. I'll go back and find it.
Okay.
I read the good story.
Okay. The overexposed couple on the planet was supposed to exchange wedding vows this last weekend. Instead, there were reports that there may be an end to their storybook romance. We're talking about, of course, J-Lo and Jennifer and Ben. People magazine reported Sunday that Affleck...
I like that. Just start calling them that.
Bennifer, okay. People magazine reported that Affleck has dumped Lopez due to his second thoughts about their impending wedding. Citing unidentified sources close to the couple, People reported that Affleck initiated the breakup with Lopez and she was devastated and in tears. However, the magazine hedged its scoop by adding it was unclear whether the separation was permanent.
I told you. What did I tell you?
He was in Vegas and she was in Miami over the weekend.
It wasn't some kind of planning thing. One of them wigged out, and that was the end of it. Told you.
You're right.
They're both freaks.
They are. According to British online divorce service, cybersex is one of the reasons cited in half of all marital breakups. Obviously, couples using an online divorce service probably more likely to seek other things online too, namely discreet encounters. So that could skew the stats a little bit. Still, a lawyer at the convention in Chicago says 2/3 said the internet was a culprit in divorces, 2/3 of the lawyers, due to everything from meeting new lovers online to addiction to porn.
So it's not my fault, it's the internet's fault.
It's internet.
So I wasn't paying attention to the story.
2/3 of the lawyers basically say, yeah, the internet had a major role in a divorce, that as far as they can see.
So are we suing the internet?
No, it's just making a point that meeting new people is a lot easier now than it used to be, and certainly porn is a lot easier to come by.
Okay.
So guys are doing that instead of paying attention to their wives. Can't change it. Can't do anything about it.
It was going to happen anyway. The internet is not the problem. It's a symptom of the problem.
It's true.
I got to start my own counseling business.
You'd clean up.
Screw Dr. Phil. Oh, Dr. Phil. Oh, that's another story.
What?
You know how he came out with the diet book?
Yeah,
Larry North was peeing blood when we went to dinner Friday night.
Well,
he is having a fit.
It is ridiculous.
Because it was either he or him or one of his trainers that was working with Dr. Phil's wife, who had lost some weight but couldn't get the last 10 pounds off. So Larry or somebody at Larry North Fitness worked her through the whole process. Okay. So now Dr. Phil's got this big show. Mm-hmm. And you know how Larry is. He's always looking for an edge.
He always.
He calls, he goes, hey, congratulations, Dr. Phil. Larry North knows me, like to get on the show, da-da-da-da. Sorry, there's a diet book coming out. Larry goes, that's great. I'd certainly love to come on and validate it, since I've been doing this, for a long time. Don't need your help, thanks. He is absolutely, he goes, can I come on a course?
Oh, on the air?
Yeah. Have you ever talked to Larry at length?
Yeah. I'm sat in his office, but just about health and such.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I sat really close to him during dinner that night. Just, he takes on a different persona. Kind of like talking to Francis the Mule.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
What?
I'm not really sure.
Is it just odd? The way he talks? The way he carries himself? What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's just what it's kind of struck me. Because we're sitting there, he's just to my immediate left, and he kind of leans over a lot in my personal space, but that's okay. And just the more I'm talking to him, the more he just kind of reminds me of Francis the Talking Mule.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't either. But that's just the thing I'm getting.
He's very motivational, I know that. It's always you can do it. Next level, let's go.
I know it. But anyway, he was
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it, and it's in Walmart where, all fat women go to watch that show.
How could a fat guy have a diet book?
That's exactly. He's even made fun of that himself the other day on an interview. He goes, this is one of those do as I say, not as I do books.
Okay, well, that means it's too hard to follow.
Exactly.
Is anybody going to pay attention to that?
Nah. He's going to sell a bunch of them to the women that go to Walmart. No offense to the women that go to Walmart, but you know what I'm talking about. They see him on TV, they're going to buy that book, and then they're never going to read it. God. Who would buy a diet book from a fat guy?
I don't know. That'd be like buying an anger management book from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Control your temper. Deal with life.
Let it go.
Lower your blood pressure. That would be the name of the book. Let It Go by Russ Martin. Meditation techniques.
Buy the book to beat people with.
Yeah, make it phone book size.
Yeah.
So in case you don't get anything else out of the book, you got something to beat somebody with. Let it go. Temper your judgment.
Right.
Think of yourself floating on a raft, drifting in and out of tropical storms. Rainfall trickles on your head. A seagull goes up.
Yeah.
So much for that punchline.
Yes. I missed it. It was good. We have to break, or we going?
Do we need to break, Eddie?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Russ, the word you're looking for is leeward, Leeward.
Leeward what?
The Leeward Islands, man.
Oh,
where the hurricane was going to hit.
Yeah, where is that?
Well, one of them is Bermuda. You know, where Cuba, they're kind of in the Caribbean, the islands further out than the Bahamas, you know?
Well, I thought the hurricane was going to hit the East Coast. How could it hit Leeward Island?
Well,
but you're right, that was in the story.
Well, before it got close as it did, it was supposedly tracking to hit the Leeward Islands before it made its way to the coast.
All right. Well, then that's what she was talking about, because she was adamant about it. I thought she meant like Louisiana.
Hey, Princess, I love your show.
Thank you. He just called me Princess.
He did.
Why he called me Princess?
I'm really not sure.
Is that because I pee sitting down?
It could be. The whole wiping thing has got him in a quandary.
Since August of 1980 on the radio, I never had nobody call me Princess. You know what?
What?
I like it.
Yeah. Today, O'Malley.
Nobody else calls me boss today. I want to be called Princess. Makes me feel royal.
Okay.
Princess Rue.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That'll be it.
Go ahead and wrap it up.
That'll work. There's news and information brought to us by The Secret Bar. I'll be out there Friday night with the Middle Light Talk Rockers. J.D. Ryan, Live 105.3 to talk to Rocks, Texas.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
All right. Let's see. Are we going to do traffic? Hi, Gail.
Hi there.
What do you got?
I've got Home Depot, MaxRx, and Joy Internet.
All right. Your route cue is getjoi.net.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It can help you get your lawn and garden ready for winter. Come in and learn how to winterize at Home Depot. You can do it. We can help. MaxRx Male Enhancement promotes length, girth, stamina, and overall sexual vitality. Maximize nature's power with MaxRx. Visit max-rx.com or call 1-866-MAX-RX for you. Individual results may vary. Joy.net. Quality internet for $6.95 a month. It's fast, reliable, and secure. Internet with no advertising, just clean, straightforward service. Go to www.getjoi.net.
Well, we've got some problems on 635 LBJ. Westbound, just past the tollway, there's a wreck in the HOV lane. In the opposite direction, on eastbound 635 at Webb Chapel, there's a wreck in the HOV lane. On northbound 35 Simmons at Woodall Rogers, a wreck just occurred. Southbound 35 at Loop 12, Walton Walker, you got the two left lanes blocked by a wreck. And in the Colony on Plano Parkway at 121, there's a crash. And this is also brought to you by Nissan. Nissan knows your time is valuable. Don't come up short. Get quick and convenient scheduled maintenance performed by factory-trained experts. Nissan Genuine Service and Parts only at your local Nissan dealer. I heard the Terrell Bolton thing if you wanted to ask anything about it.
I have the audio.
Okay. Alrighty then. I'm Gail Lightfoot on Live 105.3, the Talk of Rocks, Texas.
Thank you, Gail. 63 for the low tonight, mid-80s tomorrow, and sunshine again. No more storms till maybe Thursday. We have 80 degrees currently, Live 105.3 to talk to Rocks, Texas.
Okay, let's see the audio. I'm addressing the city council.
I think, Mr. Blaze, you termed it Terrell's tirade. Well, let me tell you, I spent 23 years with the city of Dallas. I walked that thin blue line. I helped everybody that I could help. I went to your meetings while I was...
I can tell right now this was a waste of time.
Yeah.
You can say all these things, and you don't really even have to have any substance to go with it. I helped a lot of people. All right, maybe. Really no way to prove that or disprove it. Why are you telling me this? How does that have any bearing on what you did or why you were terminated?
Sick. I came...
Did he just say he went to some...
Yes, while I was in you know, I went to your meetings while I was sick.
So? What?
I don't know.
I came to one of your meetings, Mr. Blade. Now, we'll forget it was a holiday, and we were trying...
And I'm sure we paid for that, and I'm sure we paid time and a half.
Yep.
All right, so you came to a meeting on a holiday. You also went to funerals. And if the information I heard was correct, you filled out a timesheet for it. And ceremonies.
Yep. And to capture some people that were out there knocking people down, taking their monies, and just downright brutalizing people. And we caught those people.
So you want credit for doing your job?
Apparently.
Okay.
And you wonder why Terrell had a tirade. Well, let me tell you. The day before I was terminated, I was told I did a good job. For I stood before you for some 2.5 to 3 hours and got a budget preliminarily approved by you that was for over $290 million. I answered every question. I presented a plan to take us forward.
Just because you got some things right doesn't mean that we overlook the crap that you screwed up.
Yeah. He's not mentioning any of that stuff. He's not really even addressing the 20 points that the city manager gave him.
Well, this also isn't the full. They said he talked for 15 minutes.
Okay.
This isn't the full 15 minutes, so I don't know what else he talked about.
All right.
I've always been a team player.
He makes me rattle.
Yeah.
From the time Mr. Rosansky and that I took an early flight back from Washington, D.C. to make sure I made your meeting, I'll always remember that.
You don't get credit for going to meetings.
Or being on time.
Yeah. I was on time. Well, that's dandy, and we certainly appreciate your punctuality, your promptness. But there were other things that we're concerned with. Showing up on time for meetings isn't really at the top of our list. Thank you, though. And I believe this is also the same man that said in front of a church congregation he didn't go to certain meetings. He didn't want to because it was bowing down to the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already admitted he didn't go to certain meetings. That's terminable. Dad, you get popped for doing that. Calls for termination right there.
Mm-hmm. Insubordination.
I'm not going to do it because I don't want to. He said that in front of witnesses.
Mm-hmm. It's on tape.
Then calls the mayor of the city of Dallas a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
To Mr. Cheney, when you needed bicycle patrols on MLK, I delivered. Mrs. Grayson, all the work that we've done together.
So what's he doing now? Calling favors?
Basically, all the things I did for you. You're so right. This is like a chick breaking up. I did this for you, and I pick up your laundry, and
this is the way you treat me?
Exactly. That's all the things I did.
I loved you. Well, I don't love you. You know what the mayor should do is she should stand up and go, you know what, Tyrell? It's over, but it's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
Just to piss him off.
You deserve a better mayor.
Yeah.
Go find one.
Yeah. This wasn't going to work. I wish we could have made it work. It's me. It's not that you're a bad person. I'll have to find another chief of police. I don't even deserve one. I may not get another one.
I just couldn't figure out why I was being perceived as the enemy.
As the what?
Enemy.
Oh. I heard an N in there.
I just couldn't figure out why I was being perceived as the enemy.
Oh.
You know, it's one thing to fire me the way I was fired. I didn't have an opportunity to say bye to anyone.
Excuse me, that's all you've done since.
And by the way, when you get popped, there ain't no rules to getting popped. Nobody says you get to say goodbye.
I was whisked out the back door.
You're not with a gun. Gets on TV and he cries.
I know.
Calls people names in church. I'd get him out of there too.
But to beat up my name in public and slap me around and spit on me.
Somebody spit on him?
Mm-mm. I think he's talking
euphemistically.
Yes.
Maybe Miller blew a farmer hanky on him when he was on his way out.
No, she didn't do that.
Hey, Tyrell, before you go.
And my reputation.
Wait a minute. Which is it going to be? Do you want to know why you were fired, or you don't want anybody to know why you're fired? If you want people to know why you're fired, then all this has to come out.
Right.
If you don't want anybody to know, then we'll keep our mouth shut, but that doesn't go along with what you were bitching about. So which one is it? You want us to besmirch your face?
Reputation.
Oh. I'd rather besmirch his face. God, he looks like Gary Coleman.
I know.
You take that mustache off?
Once you take him out of his uniform, even more so.
Yeah.
Blaze, that was the reason for the tirade.
Well, covering this story from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's where we stole it from. Stolen audio from Channel 5, Texas News Channel. All right. I expected, there may be more. I expected more finger pointing. But he is. He's playing, you know what he's doing? He's playing the victim.
Sure.
That's exactly what you do. You know damn well his attorney has coached him through all of this. I don't care what you do when you get up in front of the city council, you make yourself the victim. That way you look like you got something coming. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't know I did anything wrong. All I know is somebody told me I was doing a good job. I go to meetings. You wanted some bicycles. I got you bicycle cops. I did some other stuff. I showed up to I worked on a holiday.
When I was sick. I actually changed a plane ticket. Give me my cash.
Yeah. All of this, and I was able to do all this on a measly $140,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I got to hear the rest of this. I just want to hear out who else he was, pointing at. Hey, I did this for you.
Right. I'll call over KRLD. They'll have it all. They can just shoot it to us in an email.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Chad.
Hello, Russ.
Yep.
He's starting to show that he's very unstable. He probably needs to seek a shrink out.
Yeah, you're probably right. He has. He's come out as kind of the things he's done on television.
Yeah.
He's come out as kind of an unstable guy.
Kind of nutting out a little bit.
And I've talked to some beat cops for a couple of the papers who have talked to him before and dealt with him and said before he became chief, he seemed like a stand-up guy. Seemed like a good guy. He would tell you whatever you needed to know, was very helpful, and then something happened when he became chief of police.
Maybe the pressure, I don't know.
A lot of it could be the pressure, or it could be the absolute power. I don't know.
All right.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Yeah, you get in a position of power. I mean, obviously he's a good guy at some point. 23 years on the force. I mean,
Maybe all the years on the force, and he finally gets bumped up to chief of police. He goes, hey, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm going to milk it. Or I'm going to take advantage of it.
All right.
But I'm not going to meetings with the mayor of the city of Dallas.
It's bowing down to the wizard.
It would have been in his best interest to go, tape the meetings. That way when you get popped, you go, okay, here's what happened. Here's a transcript of those meetings. You tell me if this was worth it or if I was just bowing down to appease the mayor. That would have helped him all the way along had he had all that on tape or documented.
Right.
But to sit there and go and admit to people, I ain't going. I ain't bowing down to nobody. Just because I work for the city of Dallas don't mean I got to listen to nobody.
That's the problem. That right there, forget the 20, that's one.
Yeah, just enough. How are we doing, Eddie? Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
This conversation shouldn't even be happening. I mean, what happened to the day when your boss fired you and you were fired?
Yeah.
That was that. That was life.
Can't do it now. People want to piss and moan about everything.
Yeah, you can't even get fired anymore without weeks' worth of drama.
Paper trail.
It's horrible. I mean, hey, dude, your boss fired you. You're fired. Empty your desk. See you later.
Yeah. Because every time I got fired, I had it coming. So I've never been fired where I thought it wasn't my fault. Every time I got popped, it was my fault.
Exactly. You're not getting fired just because. You've done something to get fired. Accept it. See you later.
And I still.
He's going to make a lot of money out of this one. You're correct on that. He's going to pay that new bus off that he bought, and he's going to get all kind of good things out of it.
Where did he get a bus?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Someone told me he bought like a $1.2 million travel trailer.
How the hell do you get that on $100,000 a year?
How do you get a lot?
I don't know. All right, thanks. Okay.
I haven't heard that about the bus.
I don't really care to make any difference.
No.
And I don't know if he's going to get any money or not. I never said anything. If the city of Dallas documented everything that they needed to, all they got to do is give it to a lawyer or a judge and go, okay, here's why I got popped. You think there's something to it? Bring it on. Mm-hmm. But I think there'll be enough in the rank and file that would probably testify and go, here's why we were doing a rotten job. Here's why morale sucked. I really don't. You know what? I don't even care about the rest of it. Just the fact that you got a bunch of pissed off cops running around. That's the last thing that I want any city I'm living in. Mm-hmm. I want them to be well paid. I want them to be respected. And I'd give them a night out with some topless dancers from time to time.
Okay. Yeah, black officers, white officers, they all, not all, but many of the ones we spoke to.
Yes.
Didn't like him. There's got to be something to that.
It was an overall theme. Mm-hmm. How long have we been since that last break?
15 minutes.
All right. One moment. Go ahead, Nicole.
Hi, Hi, Russ.
Yes?
I hear you tell women to send you naked pictures all
Yes.
the time.
Are you sending me some?
No, what the hell? Who do you think you are?
Why are you going to send me some?
No, you would be the last person I would send anything like that to.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know.
Send me some naked
who you
pictures.
are.
Send me some naked pictures.
You don't deserve
Yes, I do. Send me some naked pictures. No pink.
No, you don't.
No pink is rude.
Trust me.
It
you
is.
don't deserve naked pictures of
Yes,
anyone.
yes, I do. Send me your pictures.
No, why do you
Send,
think you do?
Because I do. You want. It's like...
Because I do.
It's-
That's not an answer.
People do. They send them.
Yeah. Send me your pictures. No pink, though. Don't spread nothing.
Send you pictures then.
Hot women. I get naked pictures all the time. Don't send me no pink.
Mm-mm.
I don't need to see... I know what a sandwich looks like. I ain't got to see the makings.
Oh, dear. You're just disgusting.
No. Send me the pictures.
No, you don't deserve naked pictures of me or anyone.
What's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me.
Obviously there is. You've been sitting on this. What's the matter with you?
Oh, you're so disgusting.
I am not. Send me your naked pictures.
No
And
way.
make sure it's you. Hold up something. What do you have in your house?
What?
What do you have in your house?
Normal things. Couches, chairs, stuff.
I just want you to hold up something in the picture so I know it's really you and not a picture you pulled off the internet. All right. Like if you had a box of Post Toasties at home, hold that while you're showing me yourself naked. But don't show me no pink because I find that very rude and forward.
I'm not sending you any naked pictures, Russ.
Okay. All right. Okay. Send me some pink. If that's going to be the big sticking point, do the pink.
You're insane.
But do it like when you're showing me where you're not done.
What?
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Oh.
And don't look at the camera. That way I feel like I'm
eavesdropping.
Yeah. I'm a voyeur.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be seeing the pictures. Don't look at the picture. Don't look at the camera. And if you got to do the pink, go ahead.
Oh.
He goes home to look at the camera. They get 3 or 4 guys working on them, and they still got time to look at you.
Yeah, don't look at me. You're supposed to be doing stuff. I'm eavesdropping. I'm the voyeur. I'm the peeping Tom. You don't look at the peeping Tom. You get the business.
So that's...
And nobody wants to see you smile while you got a chicken in your mouth. Rooster. What?
So that's who you think you are. You think of yourself as a peeping Tom.
Yes. Absolutely. I dated a chick one time that would lay out by the pool naked. Just a tan. I look through the blinds and do things and then go about my business.
Wow, you're even more despicable than I thought before.
No, I'm not. That's nothing wrong with that. I was looking at who I was dating. It's not like I was cheating. I just wanted to feel nasty. And I did.
Well, good for you.
You going to send me the naked pictures?
No.
Ah, come on.
No.
You can cut your head off of it.
Oh,
I'd prefer no
great.
pink, though.
That makes me feel so much better and cleaner.
How old are you?
25.
What do you weigh?
115-ish.
How tall are you?
Like 5'4".
That's about right. Do you have a big ass?
I don't think of it as big.
She has a big ass. How big is your ass? Send me some ass pictures. No brown.
Oh, God.
Unless you just have to. What's the matter?
You're horrible.
Oh. I don't know if she's laughing or crying.
I think she's kind of starting to warm up to the idea.
See? You like this. Take some ass pictures and send those to me. No brown. I'm not into brown.
Oh, my God.
Put something back there so I know it's really a picture of your butt.
Like what? A picture of my face?
No. Do you have any uncooked spaghetti?
Gross.
Stick some uncooked spaghetti back there and take the pictures and send them to me.
Oh, I'm sure nobody else heard that. So
No.
maybe somebody else will be nice enough to do that for you.
Just do it for me. I got to go. But hurry up.
Horrible. Goodbye.
All right. What does she care if I'm getting naked pictures?
I don't know. Probably because she's not 115. She's probably a big fat cow and nobody wants to see her naked.
And most of the pictures I get, they're offering them anyway.
Yeah.
They're wanting some type of evaluation. And you know what? A lot of it, here's the other freaky thing. They took a look at my wife. Ain't she hot? And they'll send me some kind of pictures of her in her underwear.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want me to say? Do you really want me to say, hey, if that's the best you can do, okay. Or do you want me just to go, yeah, you know what, you're right. Somebody, over 40, they can still have a great body. I don't know why they do it.
I can't imagine. I don't care if I looked like Tom Cruise. I wouldn't send my picture and go, what do you think? I wouldn't.
Yeah, there's no way to dress that one up. And especially your wife. What do you care what I think about you and your wife?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is they're trying to prove something. Well, you say nobody over 40 can look good. Here's a picture of my wife. All right, which side are you on? You on my side on this one? And it's always some stupid picture where it's
I know.
Hair growing down their legs and a roll of fat.
Shooting out.
Yeah.
In granny panties.
Bolton accepts severance. Can he still sue? I don't know. I thought about that. Jason.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that would have been the perfect out for him, just put no legal action if you cash this check.
Well, if you get severance, see, I don't know how that would work. Because he's there to ask for severance, which means it sounds like he accepts his firing.
Right.
Okay? And if you accept your firing and then you're taking your severance, it seems like that would take care of everything.
I mean, how could you sue? They gave him half his salary.
I don't know. Oh, it's because we besmirched his name.
That's right.
We told people why he was fired, even though that's what everybody was asking for. Dope. All right, thanks, Jason.
Okay, bye.
All right, we'll be back. Speaking of Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yes? Great show.
Somebody told me they saw you slip off at Lone Star Park during the Casey and the Sunshine Band song.
Somebody emailed you?
Mm-hmm. Dan's nodding his head. Do you know about this? Did anybody call about it?
What the email?
What did you hear? Hold on. You're on.
I heard it a little bit earlier. That apparently JD and the person described what JD drinks to a T, and how he enjoyed, I think it was in between the number 2 and 3 turn.
Well,
what did they say, Dan? Are you making this up? No, you can't be making this up. It was dark over there.
What's the matter with you? Why is it you can't wait to get home to do this? You got to do it on a horse track?
It was fun on a horse track.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. It was all the way around. Who the hell could see us over there? It was
obviously
dark.
Somebody did, because I got an email about it, and obviously Dan's gotten phone calls. How else would I know? Who else would know? But
I don't know.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Joy knew. Yeah. Anybody go with you?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
What if somebody caught you out there?
It was way out in the middle of nowhere. How could they catch us?
Is it on their property?
Yeah.
Well, they may have guards running around. You don't know where their cameras go.
I guess. I forgot they got cameras. Oh, crap. Yeah, I forgot.
Which song was you pumping it to?
That's the way I like it.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
Call Russ, who's impervious to all that surrounds him. Now at 214-787-1053.
All right, 438. It's our buddy Sir Mix-a-Lot from his new CD.
Daddy's Home?
Yes, thank you. All right. We do news last.
It's been just a little less than an hour.
Okay. Why don't you get warm up?
All right.
What's the matter with you?
About what?
Why are you going out and having sex in public at station events?
It wasn't our station.
Was it one of the Infinity chain?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. It seemed like a good thing to do at the time.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Why is it funny?
Just to be on a horse track. Turn 2. Against Sorrel.
Okay.
I don't know.
She just dropped her trousers and you just
Mm-hmm. You were quick. You don't find that the least bit interesting or fun?
No.
Okay.
It's almost sad.
It's not sad. It's fun.
It is. It's the fact that sex has gotten so boring that you got to do it in different locales. Obviously it is. Or having sex at home would be enough.
That is enough.
For some reason, me in a bed with a chick pounding her guts is enough.
Interesting play. You've never done it at any interesting location.
I've done it once at Eastfield College in front of the Performance Hall, which I thought was funny.
There you go.
But it was once. But I was also worried about getting caught, so it took away from the magic. I finished.
Okay.
I saw a car coming in the distance, and I jumped up, and she's still laying there. It's like, you better get up. No, we worried about her.
You finished, though. Yes.
That's the reason we have sex, is to finish.
I understand that.
It's like eating food and then spitting it back out.
No, I didn't.
You didn't finish?
I didn't have time. You just made it quick. Just to say you did it.
So what, you got some kind of spring-loaded drawers?
No, you just pulled the jeans down real quick. Oh, I also met Craddock's ex-producer out there Saturday night. I can't remember his name now. I have it at home.
Okay, what about it?
Nothing. Just met the guy. Remember, we always laughed about the guy in the red shirt, feller in the red shirt, the one who was leaving the show. I met him last night. Seems like a really nice guy.
Okay.
He's working over at KBIL.
Doing what?
Told him he's a producer. Told him we're looking for one.
Which show? What's he producing? How long's he on? Is he on the air?
I really don't know. I think he's doing on the morning show, I believe.
Okay.
I just thought told you I met him. I met him out there Saturday night.
All right.
Like a nice guy.
Is there anything else that goes with the story?
I just thought I'd
tell you. Who else did you meet? Any vendors?
Met Terry King.
Okay.
Ken Barnett. Seabrook was there. Kurt Johnson was there.
Okay, great.
I'm just sorry. Tell me about the evening.
Well, you met Craddock's producer. Did he tell you anything? Did he give you any behind-the-scenes stuff?
He told me that Craddock had told him that he and I were big buddies, and you were getting him rattled. He's paranoid about you, but he and I are buddies.
Are you buddies?
No.
Is there something going on that I should be privy to?
No.
Have you been hanging out with a Craddock?
No, I haven't. Oh, yeah, I could go anywhere in public and hang out with Craddock. You wouldn't hear
Why
about
not? You think you could screw somebody on a horse track?
That was fun.
At what point did having sex in a bed just get old?
It's just fun. It was fun to be naughty and just to do something silly.
Naughty.
That was naughty.
Let me guess. You were being naughty after a couple of cocktails. Yeah. See, that way it all sounds all very nice.
Yeah.
I had a couple of cocktails, and then we went out to the edge of the track, and we were naughty. She pulled out her clam, and I pounded it.
Fun.
Were you drunk?
I was drinking, yes.
All right. Just curious. Yeah, certainly none of my business. All right, so no insight from Craddock and his producer?
Not really, other than you've got him rattled and worried.
Well, we know that.
Yeah.
That's a given. The fact that he's hiring extra security when he goes out to different places or has cops standing around just in case. Obviously, we got him rattled.
This guy was pretty close-lipped.
Why?
I don't want to say too much. I go, why? You work for us now.
Yeah, he works for Infinity. If he wants to keep his job.
Yeah.
Yes.
What? No.
Hey, he can't go back to work for Clear Channel.
No.
That's Craddock's company. So it's either Infinity or who else is in this market?
ABC.
ABC and Susquehanna, and that's pretty much it. You want to stay with Infinity, you got to be nice to me. Ask other people who got popped. Oh, we'll get some information.
Okay.
Especially if he's at KBIL, because that's Kurt Johnson's station. He's the market VP.
Right.
Kurt likes me.
Mm-hmm. He does. Spoke very highly of you Saturday night.
What'd he say? I want all the good stuff that everybody said about me Saturday night.
They just all kissing and your ass through me.
Okay.
And we can't believe this.
So they were kissing my ass by proxy?
Basically.
Well, why don't you come finish?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you right now, they were just love the show, love everything you do. You're going.
Was it sincere?
It was very sincere.
Or was it just kiss-assy? Because you know how Seabird is. I don't trust anything he does.
He's got no reason to kiss-assy.
Yes, he does.
To me, well, other than the fact that they know it's going to get to you. They said that to your face.
I don't trust Seabird. He's always smiling when I see him around.
Yeah? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's that smiley like, hey, buddy, what's going on?
Yeah. No, they seem very sincere. Very nice to see them. And
I'm more apt to trust Kurt Johnson. I don't know about Seabird.
Why would you say that?
Look at him. Doesn't he seem a little schmarmy to you?
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
His wife, she seems very sweet.
Is she pretty?
Very pretty.
Really?
Yes.
I
believe quite a bit younger than he is.
Really? How much younger?
All of it.
Wow. Seabird has got him a honey. I never expected him for a honey haver.
Very hot.
Seabird?
Yeah, I know.
He even kind of looks like the way his name sounds. You say Seabird, you see his face.
Yeah.
Kind of like I don't know how to describe it. If you were going to make a cyborg, wouldn't you make it look more manly?
Yes. Maybe it's disarming that way.
That's why I don't trust him. He's got a lot more power than I know about.
You have a lot more power. You have a lot of power.
I don't think so.
Yes, you do.
All right, so they're all kissing my ass Saturday.
Yeah, they all just love you. Again, Terry King and the guys on KVIL go, we wish we could do what you do. We love that, man.
What are they going to do?
Well, nothing. Just have the freedom to do the things you do, the things you pull off.
Well, just because
riding a horse through the building, chainsawing printers and not getting fired.
Well, you could probably get away with it if you weren't playing 30-minute nonstop music sweeps of Celine Dion. They got computers that do that now. Yeah. What does that tell you?
Mm-hmm. It was a great show, like 10,000 people out there.
All right, so was Casey and the Sunshine Band?
Right, Cool and the Gang, and it opened up with Gloria Gaynor.
How was she?
Fat.
Really?
Huge.
What'd she do, I Will Survive?
She did 2 of the other songs. On my new album, oh, dear Lord, please don't.
Thank God, because I had to go pee.
Yeah. And then she finished up I Will Survive.
Oh, okay. How long KC play?
We only stayed there. I left a little bit early. They played a little over an hour, probably. We left about 30 minutes into the show.
Oh. Your refractory period?
Yes.
Cool in the Gang? What'd they do?
They were great.
Celebration?
All of them, man. They did, yeah. Cherish the Love, Celebration, all of them.
Joanna?
All the hits.
Wasn't that one of theirs?
Yeah, it was. I'd forgotten about it until they played it.
Oh. Sorry, I couldn't go.
Great show.
I was talking with my new soulmate.
Really? Soulmate?
I don't talk to a chick for over an hour.
You don't.
Just to talk.
You don't.
And I remembered a lot of stuff she told me.
You're actually listening.
Yeah. She's got a BA or a BS in something.
BA or BS.
See?
There you go. You did listen.
She works for the corporate office of some place called World something.
World Market, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
What else? Late model Toyota? Like a Solara or something like that?
How long has she been single without boyfriend?
2001. A couple of years.
Okay. That's good. She's over him.
Yes. Dating around. Very career driven.
You guys click. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like to meet her.
We'll be going out again this week.
Okay.
Or we'll be going out for the first time.
Oh, yeah, because you just sort of
I just met her at the restaurant.
Was it a setup or was it?
No.
Okay.
She was there with some friends who worked there.
Oh, cool.
So we just started to visit.
Excellent. Is she geographically desirable? She live?
You mean is she white?
No. No. Does she live near you?
Oh.
Anywhere in that area?
No, she lives closer to downtown.
Okay. Does she like to get out? When you guys discuss that, does she like to do the bar thing? Because people
she said she used to travel a lot, and she's kind of past that and getting out. She also speaks French.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very well. Educated, smart chick.
Yeah.
People that live closer to downtown sometimes are the artsy people that like to get out a lot.
That's what she said.
Okay.
So why do you care if she's black?
I never said that.
Why'd you ask if she was geographically desirable?
Whether
like if she's from...
No, whether she lives near you. Because you don't like to have to go drive. And if you have to go drive, pick her up, that's points off. Like if she lived in Fort Worth.
That'd have been the end. Even if I met the perfect woman for me and she lived in Fort Worth, that'd be the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think most guys feel that way. You're going to have to drive back, and you're the one that's going to trek back and forth up and down 30.
No.
I know.
She would.
I know.
I still can't remember the last time I went and picked up a chick for a date.
It's been forever. They always come to you, or you meet them out.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the restaurant.
I think the last time I drove to somebody's house, it's been at least a couple of years. I think.
You get delivery.
I don't want to.
They come by the house and do you and leave.
I like that even better.
Yes.
Hi, Kurt.
Hey.
Yeah.
How much for the video of him doing that out at the racetrack?
Can you get it?
I think I can get it. We got cameras everywhere out there.
Yeah, but they're not working that time of night when the concert's going on.
You don't know what's going on.
They're on all the time.
How dark? Hold on a second, Kurt. How
dark.
How dark? Well, are these low light cameras?
Yeah.
What lux?
Of the entire track, all the parking areas, everything. Inside, outside.
Okay.
Name it,
See?
there's a camera for it.
See, he just told me the lux on that camera.
I know.
Parking lot and everything.
I know. How many actualities do they have?
Yeah, we don't get those anymore. That camera melted. Yeah, give me the tape and I'll get you something dandy for it.
Sweet.
All right, thanks. The light level. What light level will it shoot at? If it's not a low light camera, meaning a low lux, it ain't going to get nothing.
Yeah.
How dark was it out there?
Dark. They had all the lights off.
Pitch dark?
Yeah, they had all the lights off. Otherwise, the show was going on. So all the lights were on the stage. Mm-hmm. And the cameras were being used for the show.
You don't know what they were doing.
We had no reason to have a camera out there at the track.
They see somebody walking off out in the middle of nowhere, they're going to follow them with one of the security cameras. What's the matter with you?
Well, they did that.
Now, what if this pops up on the internet on my website?
Better not.
Why?
Better not.
What happens if that happens?
Then I'll know you put it up there. And that's not a nice thing for a buddy to do to another buddy.
Somebody's got to calm you down.
I don't need to be calmed down.
You got to stop. You're 46 years old. Good God, man, grow up. You don't see me pounding people out in public.
It's fun.
So you didn't even finish?
No.
So what was the fun part of it?
It was just fun to get out there and do it. Be nasty.
So how'd she do it? She lean up against the rail and drop her pants and stick her tutu back?
Mm-hmm.
Like this?
Grab the rail.
Aren't you guys romantic?
It's just something silly to do. Ruined a perfect pair of tennis shoes, too.
Why?
It was muddy out there.
Oh, we didn't do news. Let me take this really quick. We'll do news. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Princess.
Yes?
It seems like it's been a while since y'all have had any strippers in the studio.
Yeah, I know it.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I can't stand them.
Okay.
They drive me nuts.
Agreed, because
they're fun to look at, and they're, just to have them sitting around, but they're all, I would rather talk with bubble wrap. It's just, they don't get it, and they come up, and they're trying to be cute. It's like, if you were intelligent, you wouldn't have to run around showing your tots for money. Okay. People will want to, no, I just got tired of it. Okay. That's why the only chicks that you hear on from time to time are ones we've had on before. Terry Weigel, she can come in anytime she wants. Danny Sexton, do whatever she wants. Because they all know how to work the room.
Okay.
Really well.
I knew you had, rules where they had to come in and be topless, within 30 seconds.
Yeah, and some of them don't even get that. Well, if you want to see these, you got to come to the club. It's going to cost you some money. How much money do you think I just spent by plugging you in your dopey club in the past 20 seconds?
Okay. I just wondered why I hadn't heard any in a while.
They drive.
Every once in a while you'll have Katana up.
Katana also knows how to work the room. She comes in. If she's got something to say, she'll say it. Or if I just need her to come in and spit on me, that's fine too.
Okay.
I like it when she comes in and massages me and calls me Joe. It's very romantic.
Flashback to the war.
Yeah. Thanks, Russ.
What?
JD?
Yeah.
You're a freak.
I know.
Yeah. That's why they know strippers. It's not worth the airtime. It's just not. You don't get anything of consequence out of it.
You're still off L.A. Le Mans?
She's out.
Okay.
Got 2 messages from her last week. One at home, one on the cell. I'll let you listen to one during the break.
Okay.
Love you. Miss you. We really need to talk about this. No, there's nothing to talk about. You're coming to town. You're going to dance someplace, and in the interim, you're going to go out on some of your dates. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, no, dates, while you're in Dallas-Fort Worth. My area, the only reason you'd be making money off of that is because of me. That's a slap in my face.
You have a point. Well, anywhere else she wants to go, she ought to be able to do that. But here, really.
First of all, the whole thing in itself, these dates, is a little weird to begin with. Actually, it's a lot weird. Mm-hmm. In fact, it's damn strange. So I told Trey, I went, you know what? If she calls, when she comes up, she's not going to be on the show. We're not going to do anything. We're not going anywhere.
That's a shame.
I would at least like to think if we're going to get together, her poo nanny's going to have time to cool off after her last date.
Yes.
I understand we're not dating, but if we're going to go out, we're going to have a good time. I'd like to think that whole week is just us and not me intertwined between some dates.
I agree. I'd like to say you're wrong, but you're not.
So I can't help her. And I'm sure we'll hear. I'll bet you money right now.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come up. Bet.
Try to get on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've made it pretty clear. I mean, you want me to...
That'd make any difference. You could tell him. You can tell Benny.
Okay.
Don't bring her up. Don't let her come up.
I'll tell Benny.
Even if she decides because of all of this, okay, I won't have any dates, But everybody dates. While I'm in town, it's too late. You already set it up. You already did it. I asked you a long time ago. Let's let that go at least here. You do whatever you want wherever else you want to go.
But you're right. The reason she's big in Dallas is because you guys were dating.
I never paid.
I know.
What's that noise in the hall? Is that McNeil sneezing?
Yes. Something wrong with him.
I tell you, I walked by and sneezed one time, Barbara's lung came out.
It didn't.
It did?
No, it didn't.
I just heard it again.
The lung didn't come out.
It did. It kind of shot out and snuck back in like a snot bubble, but it was all veiny and bloody. So I figured it was his,
Wasn't.
It was his lung.
It wasn't his lung.
It was.
No.
It had to be.
He'd be dead.
Saw bones?
No, there was no bones. No bone in a lung.
Around a rib cage.
No.
It was.
Nice visual, though.
Thanks.
Thanks for that.
All right. So, yeah, if you got to call Benny, it's
okay. Just keep
what, just so we know it's not a bit.
Right.
I'll even turn the mics off. Okay. The only thing that would change, and I don't know how we'd verify this, is if there were no dates to set up to begin with and I got bad information. But I don't believe I did.
Okay. I will call her personally and ask.
You go right ahead.
That way she'll know it's not a bit because it's not you.
It's not me and it's not Trey.
Okay.
See, look how smooth today's been.
Been great.
It's almost 5 o'clock, 2 hours, gone.
I told you over the weekend, let's see how this week goes. Determine whether we need somebody up here for a while. I think having somebody in the office working is a really good idea.
Well, that's why I think maybe just having Dan part-time through the fall to see how things go.
Mm-hmm.
See how it works out. Maybe of 4 or 5 months of riding a stick horse, maybe that's calmed him down and he realizes having his own show ain't going to be the thing to do.
Okay. I don't think so. That's not what you said at dinner at Three Forks that night.
Maybe he's just doing it to save face.
That could be.
A lot of people came out to Six Flags while I'm riding my horse, and they asked me about the show. Okay? Which part's saving face?
He was the best Black Bart. Remember the big controversy?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was between me and that Bill Bragg. It was almost a knockdown to get to be the head Black Bart. But I won in the overall race. Bill Bragg's gone. I'm the official Black Bart of Six Flags.
Do you hear the words?
The official Black Bart?
Coming out of your mouth?
Yeah. We still do news? No? How long we been out this last break?
Right at 20 minutes.
All right. All right, load up a bumper. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll start news.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
507, JD's here with news.
Stop it.
I told you to swallow it before the spot was over.
Don't do that. I was trying to hurry. I was trying to get stuff done during the break.
And did you get it done?
Yes. Except for this one bite.
What'd you get done?
I called KRLD.
You give me the rest of the Bolton audio?
Nope.
So you didn't get nothing done?
The guy that covered it, I made 3 different phone calls. I called the guy that covered it.
See, I don't even need Trey. I get excuses from anybody now.
Not excuses. I'm telling you what
Do I have the audio?
No.
Okay.
But it's not due to my lack of trying. The guy that covered it is now in his car. They gave me a cell phone. I talked to him. He goes, I'm nowhere where I can shoot you that audio. I said, well, will you be later? And no, it's in the office.
Wait a minute. Didn't you ask this guy for that audio earlier?
I left him a message almost an hour ago.
Why didn't he send it then?
I'm not sure if he's even...
So I got to call Secret now.
I called back to the news department, talked to a very nice girl named Ashley. She was very sweet. She said, nobody's here. She goes, it's 5
There's
o'clock.
nobody at KRLD.
She said there were all the people out in the field.
Who's reading news?
I don't know. She was shorthanded today.
Why is it every time I need something from them, I got to go through Secret since he's the market GM?
I don't know.
And then when I go through him, we get it like in the next 10, 15 minutes?
I don't know.
There's nobody here. It's a news station.
Well, she just said we're shorthanded today, and there's nobody else that can send that to you but this guy, Charlie something.
Okay, fine. I don't want it. I'm past it. He didn't say anything worth a flip in the press conference or the addressing the city council anyway.
Not really.
See what Laura Miller says.
And hopefully that this has now wrapped up.
It ain't wrapped up.
Well, is it real?
That's from Channel 5. This ain't nowhere near being wrapped up.
No.
And when he addressed the city council, he said, I didn't want anything to. I didn't come here to ask for anything today, just to clear my name. I'll bet you he ends up filing a lawsuit just based on that. Yeah. Not that I was wrongly terminated, but just based on anything that was said after he was fired. Even though everybody kept asking, why was he fired?
Where's the evidence? He was asking, where's the evidence? What'd I do? So, and they told him.
There were even people protesting before they knew why he was fired. He should have been fired. It was racial. How do you know? You haven't even seen the paperwork yet. Now, if the paperwork comes out, or when it came out, if it all looked racial, then fine. Then you could say that, you can protest. But coming out before anything's even been released is nothing short of stupid. And everybody likes to jump on the idiot bandwagon.
I don't think so many black cops would not like him either if it was a racial situation.
How come nobody said it was a racial thing when he got hired?
Never thought of that. Because that was a positive thing.
How come nobody bitched? Hey, we hired him. We got a black police chief because he's black.
You're right. Nobody did say that. Nobody brought that point.
Nobody compliments. Hey, you know what? Congratulations to the city of Dallas for hiring a black police officer or a black chief of police. That was a good thing. Nobody said that. Just when he got popped. Well, it was racial.
And he hasn't done anything to quell that groundswell. Mm-hmm. Like anything he started up.
And in the Dallas Morning News today, there was a story. Did you already read this? I think you did.
Yeah.
I got some secrets.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of stuff. And I may tell them.
I know more than the mayor. I'm the police chief. Or was.
Things I know are very persuasive. And I may let them slip. Yeah, that's a big grown-up man taking his beating well, taking his firing well. Shut up, be fired, and go on. Take it like a man. Walk it off. Buck up. All right, you ready to start news?
If you'd like.
All right. Did you do a legal ID, Eddie? 510, J.D. Ryan's on live, 105.3.
Thank you, Russ. Brought to us by Expedia.com and Miller Brewing.
Expedia.com, making it easy to find the trip you're looking for. Expedia.com. Don't just travel, travel right. This hour of the Russ Martin Show is brought to you in part by Miller Lite.
And by Condoms to Go, 75 at Walnut Hill. Someone from this show will be there, actually, tomorrow evening from 8 until 10.
That's right. I got to talk to McNeil about that.
Ticket to the Chevy 500 at Condoms to Go, 75 at Walnut Hill tomorrow evening. What do you have to talk to him about?
Who are we going to send?
Oh. I'll go. Eddie can go.
What time is it?
8 to 10.
Which Condoms to Go?
It's the one on Walnut Hill at 75 Central.
Probably get there in 20 minutes from here.
Yeah. We'll all go.
I'm not going.
I know you don't go. You don't do appearances.
Well, I'll have to check with Norm, see if anybody other than Trey is okay. He might have had his heart set on Trey.
Maybe. Is Trey officially fired? Can he still do the appearance?
I don't know.
Okay.
Right now he's on suspension.
Gotcha.
It's out of my hands. I'm sorry, somebody has to be punished, and since I didn't screw up, it ain't going to be me.
I agree. Are you really going to do the bottle rocket in your...
Absolutely, just to show you how whiny he was. I'm not sticking anything in my butt. I don't like that punishment. Well, you know what? I don't like the way you screwed up Thursday. One of the most important days of the year, September 11th. I asked for 3 things. I don't think I got any of them. I asked for a keyboard that was set up and ready to go, where the sound was already checked. That didn't happen. I had to do the sound checks on the air. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be a bunch of singers come up. And the one that we did get, A, she didn't know what she was supposed to do. B, you pooted on her.
I'm sorry. I did. Don't get Eddie started, please.
I just think it's funny. Of all the chicks that have been in this studio, you decided to float the air biscuit on a colored gal.
It's got nothing to do with her being a colored gal. It had to do with the tension of the moment.
I don't think I ever fought it when I got tense.
It was just that moment that, yeah, you were about to rip his head off. And I could tell when he went, well, yeah, I told her she could sing her songs. September the 11th sermon. I never put the two together. I thought you were going to come across that console.
And, over the weekend, I tried to put myself in his position and try and think. Because, normally when somebody screws up, there's a line of thinking that goes on there.
Sure.
In their mind, it makes sense. And I played through it. I even got drunk just so I could kind of, see it through his eyes. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't figure it out.
He admitted that night in the office. We had a 3-hour meeting after the show. He admitted that then. I screwed up. I know I did. I never put the two things together. That's when you got mad again.
Yeah. And I try not to scream off the air. Because it's not part of the show. People need to have their dignity.
Yes.
When was the last time you heard me scream off the air?
What do you think? I don't think... Well, you had been Neil that day, but that was kind of on the air, too. When he came in here and said something.
He pulled a shiv.
He didn't.
Actually did.
No. Oh, that was off the air. That was during a commercial. That's right.
Yeah.
I think that's about the only time I can ever think of it.
So anyway, my point is, I try and temper that off the air because there's enough of it that goes on the air. Certainly no reason to rape somebody if there's no entertainment value.
Right.
But he said that again. It's like, why is it during the course of the show you're listening to me saying, hey, I'm doing a sermon today. Where's May Lee Thomas? She's supposed to be here. Obviously, I need my gospel singers. Let's get going. And he doesn't address this with Tommy West Young West, whatever her name is, before she comes in the studio. Everything we had planned for that Thursday, all the elements I needed fell through, except for the bagpipe guys. And one of the guys had a sour bag.
I noticed that. I was like, please, God, don't hit that note again.
And I couldn't decide, all right, do I stop him and have him start again? Yeah, check his bag, whatever.
The one solo guy. There's 2 others in here that could have done it.
Yeah, had to pick the guy with the bag that's going bad. But it was all right.
Yeah.
All right. Do we start news yet?
No, not officially.
Go right ahead, then.
Okay, when convicted killer Larry Allen Hayes voluntarily went to his death last week, his lethal injection marked the very first time since capital punishment resumed in Texas 21 years ago that a white person was executed for killing a black person. State records date back to 1924. They show no white inmates executed for killing a black person, although there are 3 instances where the victims, all women, are listed as race unknown. The last time Texas killed a white for killing a black may have been in 1854 when James Wilson was executed in Tyler County in East Texas for the death of another man's favorite slave. Basically, the punishment was for stealing property. More hospitals doing 3D sonograms with images that are way sharper and clearer these days, sharp enough to show fetuses apparently smiling and maybe even crying in the womb. For starters, doctors aren't sure if these smiles are emotional responses or just physical reflexes. The smiling and crying is just the start of it. The 3D ultrasounds show fetuses turning and jumping at about 11 weeks, doing intricate finger tricks at 15 weeks, yawning at 20 weeks, and smiling after about 26 weeks.
What kind of finger tricks? You mean like this?
No, not to pull the thumb off one, no.
You don't think?
I don't think the babies are doing that.
Just when you said that, intricate finger tricks, the first thing I think about is, hey, look at my thumb. Ooh,
it's going. No, just moving their fingers, separate from their hands.
And that's, they're doing the finger tricks at how many weeks?
Yeah, the finger tricks come at about 15 weeks. Basically, what that's going to do is it's going to
that almost a little under 4 months?
Yeah. It's going to get the right to life people going to see. They are human beings even at 11 weeks.
They got a point. I mean, at some time during the pregnancy, if you've got something in your stomach and it can do this,
they're not doing that kind of tricks.
You know what? At that point, they deserve to live.
Yeah. Well,
they need to be treated as a person. Now, at what point?
Turning and jumping starts at 11 weeks.
Just under 3 months.
Yes.
Okay. How long into a pregnancy can you have an abortion? All right, how many weeks is that?
Up to 6 weeks.
All right, 6 weeks.
Weeks, months.
You don't know, do you?
I'm trying to remember. It's in the second trimester, so it's...
I don't know.
You have 9 months that you're pregnant.
Okay.
Broken down into 3 trimesters.
All right.
And up sometime in the middle of the second trimester, you can start.
So you mean like almost up to 6 months?
Yes.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, especially, if at 11 weeks, they can do this.
I'm doing that.
Ooh. Look at the thumb come off. Yep.
No. Not that one. So anyway, I'll move on.
Go ahead. I saw one of the pictures of the sonogram.
Yeah.
It does look like the kid's smiling.
Yeah, I saw that too. Very, very, like in the old days when there was sonogram, it was like, that could be anything in there.
Yeah.
That could be a burrito. Jesus.
Yeah, it's some kind of arched image.
Like a little, like the old radar.
Yeah, half of a radar image, and they're going, look at this. It's our baby. Really? Looks like your chalupa's hanging out.
It's like a storm front blowing in.
Yeah.
Baby. Could be anything. But you do see a heartbeat, because I did go in for the sonogram with her. You see the heartbeat. Just a little flutter.
I just find it hard to believe that you can terminate a pregnancy, if Eddie's got it right, up to 6 months.
It's sometime in the middle.
Sometime in the second.
Half 5 months.
Somebody will know. Somebody will know someplace.
Well, let's say you can do it even up to 3 months. Okay?
Yeah.
That's up to that point to where that kid's doing this noise.
Yeah.
That would be hard for me to do.
Yeah, I think if by chance you have to make that decision, which God forbid I'll never ever make again, gosh, man, I don't know.
If I saw the sonogram and there was something in there that I could tell was close to being a person, I don't think I could do it.
Well, if you're going to make that decision, chances are you're not going to torture yourself with a sonogram. Chances are you're going to make that decision and try to...
I kind of like to know how far along we are. If they show me a sonogram and it looks like, some goulash, I'm sorry, the goulash ain't going to make it. But if it gets to the point, to where you go with the thumb...
Yeah. Kids doing that, you definitely need to let it go.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, I mean, she knows she's pregnant, a month after she misses, and then you can tell immediately with the new pregnancy tests. So you need to make that decision, 6 weeks in. That's about it. Either go or don't.
Yeah. That's,
After 2 months, this makes me weird to even talk about this.
Why?
It's not a fun topic. There's no definitive side to it. You see the reason for
I think
abortion?
I just named the definitive moment to where you can't abort a fetus. If at a certain point you do a sonogram, and if the kid's in there going, with the thumb, then he's a person.
Probably even before that, I'm guessing.
That's my defining moment. It's a finger trick.
Finger tricks. Well, that is 15 weeks.
Okay, then.
And I'm saying 6 weeks. 6-7 weeks. By then, you've made it. You need to make the decision.
Yeah, at 6 weeks they're going to get the trick wrong. They might actually pull the thumb off.
They might.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ladies, if you're looking to bring back a spark into your relationship, you want to try this. A New York sex museum, former stripper professor of satisfaction, she calls herself, Ducky Doolittle, told her students, quote, I highly recommend going out to a restaurant and after you order your food, you go to the bathroom, take off your panties, and drop them on his plate as you head back to the table.
Yummy.
It brings anticipation, and anticipation is such a sexy emotion. Just a thought, just an idea.
Are you done eating when she drops her panties off?
I don't think so.
Because I don't want that on my food.
Why?
Because I don't. You want her panties on your food?
Not on the food, but on the plate or on the table or something.
And you don't think that's nasty?
No. They're going to be clean.
You just take them off?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you don't know what's going on down there.
Your point.
They don't call it a nasty thing for no reason.
You call it a nasty thing.
That's what it is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. It's beautiful.
First of all, it's not beautiful. It's pretty when it's all neat and tidy and there's nothing.
Yes.
There's nothing flapping outside the actual sandwich. It's when their fixins is hanging out that I don't like.
I don't like that either.
I don't like to see any of that. Either moosh them back in.
I don't think you can moosh them.
Well, then cut them off.
I think you can do that. I think you can. I really think this can be trimmed.
Oh, I'm sure they can. There was some porn star had her lips trimmed back and sold them on the internet.
I don't know how.
And you know what? If they're just kind of hanging down, they're not serving any purpose anyway.
Trim them.
They're just in the way. Get a nice smooth cut. Trim your sandwich back.
So, no, I think that's very sexy if she pulls her panties off. That would entail her wearing them to begin with.
What if there's some type of business in them?
No, obviously don't put that on the table.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe hey ladies, maybe you bring a spare pair in your purse that are clean.
Make us think that you just took them off.
Right. That's a good idea. 41-year-old Glenn Jacob of Appleton, Wisconsin, was recently dumped by his girlfriend. Seems that she wants to see other people, so he helps her. Other people seeing her. He passed out T-shirts with her naked picture printed on the back. For some reason, this fun, ingenious bit of revenge has gotten Glenn arrested and charged with defamation and representation depicting nudity. He could get 3 years in prison for handing out the T-shirts.
Why? Was he selling them?
I don't think he was handing them out.
So they were free?
Yeah, but defamation and representation depicting nudity.
Hey, don't post for it if you don't want anybody to see it.
He could get 3 years in prison for getting back at his girlfriend.
Why? She posed for it?
I agree. But I don't think she wanted them distributed.
She say that?
No.
How do I know what she was posing for him?
You got a point.
You don't know that wasn't going to sell him to beaver hunt?
Good point.
I got plenty of videos and stills from exes that I could disperse.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's a chick I've dated in the past 10 years I don't have some type of photos.
That's good. I do, too.
Of course, they're not aware of all of them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had that little camera built into the VCR.
Shushies?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And also, when they're in the tanning bed,
yeah,
and all the lights are on, you can't really see outside.
I know. I appreciate you sending me those.
Mm-hmm. Which ones did I send you? The blonde?
Yeah. The little body with great big yams.
The real yams?
Yeah. Real ones.
Oh, that was the chick that's like 22, has to run every day because everybody in her family gets fat. Those are the biggest real cans, and I mean, you grab them and they were just deadbeat firm, and they're not implants, because I looked around. Mm-hmm. It's one of the tightest bodies I've seen in years.
Amazing.
And she let me take those pictures.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she was in the thing with the eyeglasses on. I thought maybe you were sneaking them.
No. Now, the other 3 or 4 I snuck.
Now, did the new chick that you met Saturday, did you guys talk about the show? Did she know you from the radio?
She had heard of it. She had heard of me, but she didn't say that she'd listened.
Oh, that's good. Did you tell her not to listen? You ever had that discussion yet?
No.
Okay. It's coming.
We'll see.
See what happens. South African police searching for a prisoner. Shouldn't be too hard to find. He has no legs. He managed to escape, however, unnoticed from a hospital. 2 months later, he's still on the run, and the law authorities appear to be stumped, as it were. And he had been serving a 10-year, it's in the story, I didn't do that. He'd been serving a 10-year sentence for fraud and impersonating a doctor. A guard assigned to him was charged with negligence. And finally...
Wait a minute, what is this email from this chick that's all pissed off about something in the studio account?
Yeah.
Do you know what she's talking about?
I do.
I don't have a clue.
I do. Her brother was suffocated while the police were he lives out in California.
Okay.
So she sent me all these things, wanted me to do this story on the air about her brother. Cops, like 6 cops jump on him and trying to arrest him. Everybody around says he was not resisting.
Well, why is she pissed off that you didn't do the story? We don't live in California.
That's what I told her. I said, that's not a story that anybody can relate to here. I'm sorry that happened to your brother, but it doesn't relate to us, you know? So she got all mad about that. And then I did a story a while ago. She thought that wasn't nearly as important as those cops that shot that guy last night.
What guy got shot last night?
I'll pull the story up. I never even pull it just because you don't like the more serious type news. I believe it was Irving.
Was it a justified shooting?
Yes. He had a gun and he shot the cops first.
Okay. So what's she pissed off about?
That I have no idea.
JD, they said he did not have a weapon. It was a cell phone. These cops put in 27 shots, almost killed a woman and her child. The man who did have the gun, his cousin, was gone. Okay, so we're not covering the stories that she wants. What the hell? What's wrong with her?
I don't know.
Well, there's something missing here. Why is she pissed off?
I'm pulling this up. Hang on. Several apartments riddled with bullets after police shot and killed a resident Saturday night. Police said the victim, identified by neighbors as 25-year-old Edwin Reyes, had threatened residents with a gun throughout the night at the Silverado Apartments, Nursery Road, Irving. Under department guidelines, the 3 officers involved had been placed on administrative leave pending completion of the investigations. Their names were not released. The officers tried to detain the man in the apartment complex. The man turned toward the 3 uniformed officers.
Okay, all right, I got it. She's just looking for negative publicity for cops because she doesn't like them.
Correct.
All right, that's what I was looking for.
Well,
so she's mad because her brother got killed by cops in California and you didn't do the story.
Right.
And now there's something that happened locally that you didn't cover and she's pissed off about that.
Correct. I've never seen.
Well, then let her write her own news stories.
Yeah. The official story in the Dallas Morning News and WFA.com both says it was a gun.
Okay, fine. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
So what is...
He's just mad at me.
I don't care. Just go ahead.
He's angry. Nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, class of 2004, have been announced. They include Prince, George Harrison, Jackson Brown, Johnny Mellencamp, and acts that have been eligible for several years but hadn't been voted in yet include Black Sabbath, Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, the Sex Pistols, Bob Seger, the Stooges, Traffic, and Patti Smythe.
The Stooges?
That's what it says.
Who was that? What is it, Dan?
That's the lady who's criticizing JD's news.
The Stooges?
Not the Stooges, about the police killing.
Where?
On line 2.
Why did you say that?
That's what I did.
To me?
I pointed at the little screen. Sorry.
I don't know what pointing at the screen means.
It means look at your screen.
What's wrong with you people?
Nothing.
Is it coming in the mail? Do you guys eat it straight out of the envelope?
Nobody's doing dope. Nobody.
What is it, Lisa?
Hey, I wasn't really criticizing. I was just asking for some help.
Well, it looks like a pissy email. And what would you want help for us?
Well,
why would you, I'm asking a question. Why would you want help from us for something that happened in California?
Because people keep thinking it's an issue that doesn't have to deal with us.
How are we going to, you haven't answered my question. How is a radio station in Texas going to affect something that happens in California?
Because we need to change the laws.
Well, we don't live in California to change the laws.
I know, but they need to be changed here.
Well, then move to California and change the laws out there, and if it works out okay, then we'll try it here.
Well, but Russ, you're always teasing people about, not coming through Garland because you're afraid of the police.
And I won't go through Garland.
You won't go through Garland because you're afraid of the police, right?
Absolutely. I was driving Saturday through Garland, 80 miles an hour. I looked down, I went, what the hell am I thinking? So I got out and beat myself.
Yeah. Exactly, but I mean...
Because there was no cops around.
I understand.
So we're trying to get a law passed called Jay's Law to where if any officer is in a situation where they're using excessive force and somebody dies, they need to be drug tested, because if you get into an accident at work, you're drug tested, and nobody's drug tested, and this needs to be a national thing.
Okay, well, let's flip it around. Let's say your brother was on drugs or whatever. We go back and find out he was on drugs, put these cops' lives in jeopardy. How about if he comes back and sues you because your family produced a nutbag brother?
But that's not the case, though.
I'm just saying, flip it around. If you want to throw liability out on everybody. Because how do you decide? When you're fighting somebody that's all doped up or they're resisting, how do you know when they're going to stop?
But my brother was not resisting.
Were you there?
20 witnesses told me that
Were you there? Were you there? And you know what? Every time, witnesses don't always get it right.
Well, you know what? That's kind of strange because the FBI is even involved right now.
Okay. Well, then you know what? Then it sounds like it's handled. Why are you dragging us into it? Why are you pissed off at Bonehead?
I didn't call you Bonehead.
You called JD Bonehead.
I did not call him a bonehead.
You should have.
No, I even said at the end of the letter, I said, I still respect you guys. I need help.
Well, just because you have a personal agenda doesn't mean that JD is going to succumb to it, and you should leave him alone.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sorry about your brother. But you don't bitch at somebody just because we're not covering the things that you want to hear. And we don't live in California. I can't affect the laws in California. I can't even affect anything here. Just because somebody got, never mind.
Bolton.
I didn't say that.
Fired.
I didn't get him fired.
Okay.
He got fired on his own.
Yes, he did.
Nobody certainly asked me anything more than once.
It's funny. You were saying it one day, the next day it happened.
That was nothing more than a coincidence.
All right.
Just the fact that I said my agenda, if I was mayor, the first thing I would do is get rid of Bolton. How would I be privy to the information that was going to something that's going to happen less than 24 hours later?
I don't know. You know a lot of people at the mayor's office.
I don't know anything.
You do?
I don't. And the mayor doesn't even talk to me.
Okay.
She doesn't?
Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Russ. I was just going to call and say, Lisa's got some good points. Sorry to hear about her brother. Let her come walk one day in the life of a cop.
Nobody wants to walk in your shoes. It's a rotten job.
True, it's a rotten job. It's something that we choose as a career and as a livelihood.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you get excited when you're beating somebody?
No, it's just part of the job. I look at it this way, Russ. I go to work.
But how great is that? Part of your job is beating the hell out of somebody. Oh, that makes my eyes water up.
Somebody that has it coming, more importantly.
Yeah, somebody that's broken the law and dissed you, and you get to beat their ass. That makes me dizzy just thinking about it.
No, that's good.
True, if it comes down to it, that's part of the job. If you get some pleasure out of it, great. If not, go on about your business. But You know, true, you do have to lay hands on people at times just to get your point across and just to effect an arrest.
Yes.
And she's looking at it from the wrong standpoint. True, her brother got killed. That's something unfortunate that happens. That's just part of life. We never know when it's going to happen.
No.
But, you know, to stand there and criticize cops and say that, you know, that's all we look for in our job is to go out and beat people. She needs to come out when we go on an assault family violence call and there's been a 4-year-old kid beat by a dad who's strung out on dope and a mom who's not home.
So you beat the dad.
You get your point across.
See? Nobody knows what happens on that ride down to Lou Sterrett.
No. You might have to stop in a parking lot somewhere.
I was getting a case of vertigo. I got to get out of the cop car for a while.
For a few minutes.
Yeah.
Russ, I appreciate the time. Thanks for the support for the cops and firemen. We think a lot of you, and you guys just have a good show.
That's very kind of you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Oh, I noticed something in the Corvette yesterday.
What?
Just in case it ever comes up again.
Yes.
You ever been fighting with a chick sometimes? Mm-hmm. And you're arguing back and forth, and she calls you a really bad name.
Right.
So you just slam on the brakes and let her
up against the
inch up, towards the dash. She doesn't have on a steering wheel, She might get some dash. Some dash-a-rummy that San Francisco treat. I noticed this. I can turn the airbag off.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
That's cool. You wouldn't want to do that.
Why?
And possibly injure her?
What? No. That's just the first thing I thought of. I saw the switch down there and went, some guy came up with this. Some guy that's had an argument with a chick before where they're fussing at him, calling him something. He's the one that put the switch on there to turn the airbag off. So let that be a little thing, or a little reminder for women. When you're fussing at me in the car, right. If I open up the glove compartment, I stick the key in there and turn something off, that's your airbag. You keep mouthing. You keep saying, Dweezil never would have done this to me.
That's like when the cop stops and points back at the car and stops the videotape.
Yeah, you use the remote and he shuts off the camera.
Bad news.
Why'd you turn that off?
It's not going to be pretty.
All right, go ahead.
There's news and information brought to us.
Did we figure out who the Stooges are?
No. Never. It's got to be, I don't know.
What is it, Dan? You're pointing at the screen again. Right. That ain't telling me nothing. Line 5.
That's Iggy Pop and the Stooges.
Well, what the hell is Iggy Pop doing in there?
That's his band from the 70s.
Why would they put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
He deserves it.
He does not.
He does.
I had the same argument with Brumley. Brumley called me. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if they scooped out the only part of his brain with reasoning out. But he calls me up today, and he's arguing with me, telling me that Neil Young is an absolute musical genius.
Yes, Neil Young's a genius.
Neil Young is a dolt. He just got by on his good looks.
Ugly about, man.
I spent any great. Thanks, Chad. And Al knows that I work on the show in the morning.
Right.
Phone rings about 11 o'clock. I see on caller ID, Al Brumley. All right. I'll call, see how he's doing. Mm-hmm. What's this thing about you don't like Neil Young? Al, I'm working. I really got to go. Neil Young's influenced all these other people. A, he can't sing.
Mm-mm.
B, I can't think of 2 songs he had. I know Heart of Gold.
Old Man.
And Old Man. I don't even think Old Man was a hit. It was just a heavily played album track.
Right.
The only other the closest he got to top 40 was when he was with Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
True.
And that was about it. He's a genius. He's not a genius. Beatles are geniuses. They're not geniuses either. You like ELO, don't you? Yeah. Well, their music's based on the Beatles. I don't care. That doesn't serve my argument.
No, it doesn't.
He just kept going on and on. Do we have time? During the break, call him and see if he's awake. All right. Go ahead.
Just by the Secret Bar and Sports Pub on Lower Greenville. I'll see you there Friday night. I'm J.D. Ryan, live 105.3 to talk to Rock, Texas.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
What?
Please, good God, get somebody up here that can teach you to dance.
I got this down, bitch.
As you don't.
Look at this.
Can I videotape that and play it back for you?
No.
Please. So I just want you to see what it looks like.
Nothing wrong with that.
I couldn't do it. There's no way I could even attempt.
I'll look dandy on stage.
All right. Just don't do that.
You didn't like that last move?
No, I don't like any of them so far.
All right. So just so I understand, you can take Joy out to Lone Star Park and pound her guts on round 2, but she can't watch me dance.
Yeah, because we didn't plan the other thing.
Go ahead, Gail.
Do you have a choreographer?
I don't need one.
Yes, he does.
No, I don't.
You dance like you're retarded or drunk.
You know, I used to teach dancing.
I don't need one. I got it handled.
You're not going to do that on stage, are you?
Yes, the hell I am.
I'm trying to raise money for charity.
This is a dance. There's nothing wrong with this move.
Huh? What is that now?
I don't know.
Well, I'm definitely going to this, but do I need to make a reservation or what?
I don't know. What do you got for sponsorships right now?
I've got Home Depot, Service King, and Tylock Iron Laser.
Then your out cue will be to attend.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's the beauty of having just about anything installed. Ask about the Home Depot at-home services today.
At Service King, our goal is to make your experience easy and hassle-free with lifetime warranties, enterprise rental cars, and more. Service King Collision Repair Centers, now open in Greenville, Texas off I-30.
It's not LASIK, it's Intra-LASIK. Come and discover the Tylock Advantage this Tuesday evening in our free Intra-LASIK seminar at the Tylock Eye Care and Laser Center. Call 972-258-6400 to attend.
Eastbound 175 CF on at St. Augustine in Pleasant Grove. There's a problem. It may be off to the shoulder now. A couple of problems on southbound I-45. An accident at I-20, and then they're saying there's an accident southbound 45 at Central Expressway. So that's going to put it somewhere near I-30. On southbound 75 at Fitzhugh, there's a stalled car in the left lane. Trash truck off to the left shoulder, so quite a backup from that. On northbound 35 Simmons at Royal, they finally cleared that crash. And on northbound 35 South R.L. Thornton at Colorado, you got a problem. It's off to the right shoulder, finally. Treat your family to the special taste of Owens, and now your local menu is featuring a variety of Owens Family Pack snack witches for $6.99. Owens, from our family to yours. I'm Gail Lightfoot on Live 105.3 to Talk Rocks, Texas.
Thank you, Gail. 63 for the low tonight. Sunny, 85 tomorrow. Should be a nice week. We have 83 degrees currently. Live 105.3 to Talk to Rocks, Texas.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, there's the Brumley. Hello, Alfred.
Good afternoon.
How are things at home?
Oh, just great. How you doing?
Good. When you going back to work?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe next week.
You missed a lot over the... How long have you been out this time from the morning news?
A lot longer than I originally anticipated. I know that.
Month? 2 months?
About, I can't even think.
That was funny.
3 months, yeah.
Wasn't trying to be funny.
Oh, my mistake, yes. Well, I'd consider it a personal favor from the Dallas Morning News if you'd go back to work.
Why is that?
So you'll leave me alone.
Excuse me?
So you'll leave me alone.
Leave you alone?
Yeah, what do? You call me up. It's like at least once a week now. We have an argument for 20 minutes on the phone. You know I'm working, and you want to argue with me about some inane thing like Bob Dylan was a genius and
Johnny Cash.
Well, I don't think he's ever said anything about Johnny Cash. What's your take on Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash was a musical legend, a true original.
Did you like his stuff?
I wasn't a huge fan, no.
Okay.
But I certainly respected what he did.
What did he do?
He wrote some of the greatest songs in the history of country music.
All right, so you like him as...
$1 Million Quartet.
So?
Sun Records.
Big deal. Whoop-de-doo. Where'd you get him? And what was the whole thing with Neil Young today? Why are you bothering me?
Why do you keep saying this stupid stuff?
I say it because it's true. Nobody cares about...
off the Beatles, Bob Dylan...
First of all, I didn't write off the Beatles. I just said I don't like them. There are a lot of things that I don't like. I didn't realize I have to go back and...
the greatest acts in popular music in the last half of the 20th century. I mean, I got to give you credit. You're consistent. You pick great people to hate.
Hold on a second. JD, do you have any Beatles albums?
No.
Okay.
I have Meet the Beatles.
All right.
What do you want to know?
Just the whole thing about Neil Young today. What is it about him that's got you all twisted? He got, maybe 2 hits?
What's that got to do with anything?
It means nobody likes him.
That's not true.
That's exactly what it means. If you're good, you have a lot of hits. If you're not,
so
you
in other
suck.
words, I guess Britney Spears then is one of the greatest artists of our time.
Yes. She sells a lot of records. People like that. That's why they call it pop music. Popular music. It's popular with people. The people you want to be popular with are people. Nobody likes Neil Young. The only reason that anybody even latches on to Neil Young is because he's grungy. He's a grungy old man with sideburns. It's cool.
If Neil Young came here on tour, he could sell out Texas Stadium in less than an hour.
You are out of what's left of your mind.
No, sir.
Yes, you are.
No, sir.
Yes. Texas Stadium.
And you're going to sit there and tell me nobody likes Neil Young and then tell me that I'm out of my mind.
You are. What's he going to sing? He's going to sing Old Man. He's going to sing Heart of Gold, maybe a Crosby, Stills and Nash song, and he's out of stuff.
Helpless, The Needle and the Damage Done,
See?
Cortez the Killer.
I don't know those
Cinnamon
songs.
Girl.
Never. Cinnamon Girl I've heard. Wasn't a big hit, but I've heard of it.
On and on. Why do I keep effing up? Great song.
Never heard it. Never got any radio play because it's got the nasty word in it. He's not very smart. Not a very good marketer, is he? Hey, the one thing that's going to sell records is radio. I'm going to put a nasty word in it.
So in order to be a great artist, you have to be accepted by the public.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're not accepted, it means you suck. I'm sorry. That's what it means.
Well, I mean, I'll look at it this way. That, circulation in the Dallas Morning News went down to nothing. Then people would have to say that's not a very popular newspaper.
What about that?
Well, you're comparing apples and oranges.
No, we're not. We're talking about being accepted by the public at large.
No, we're talking about being a great artist.
That's by your own...
Being a great artist and being popular with the public have never gone hand in hand.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
I can argue that way just as well as you can.
Well, you can say it all you want.
I will.
Okay, then do that.
But I'm right.
Neil Young doesn't have any gold records.
Vincent Van Gogh died.
Am I right? Watch this. I'm about to back him into a corner. Okay. I don't care how he died. I'm telling you, Neil Young. Has Neil Young got any gold records?
What?
Neil Young, gold records. Does he have any?
Of course he does.
Okay. What does that mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
It means absolutely nothing. He probably stole them.
Okay. My Lord, we're going around in circles here.
3 or 4 hits. He's done nothing else. He could vanish tomorrow. Nobody's going to know.
Yeah, he's done nothing else.
Hold on a second.
Nothing.
He hasn't. Hold on a second. He was a lot more lively today on the phone because you get him really pissed off about stuff like this, and the more inane things that he'll keep saying, I'm not falling into your trap. I know how you argue. This isn't on the air. 20 minutes later, he's still going off on it.
Well, you torture him.
He called me.
Oh.
I'm at work. I'm at home working, and he calls, and I know as soon as I pick up the phone, I always answer the phone because I see the caller ID, and I always expect the worst because of his tumor. So I pick up the phone, and it's always bad news. He's alive.
Quit it. Quit it.
Stop that. And I know there goes 20 minutes of my life that I ain't going to get back. Because he's going to argue with me about the Beatles or Bob Dylan or Neil Young. All I want to do is just work. Because I don't like something doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean they suck. More often than not, I'm right, though. What is it, Gray?
Hey, I just want to tell you, I don't particularly care for Neil Young either, but he's written almost 700 songs.
And only 3 hits? That's not a very good ratio. Thank you, idiot. Now, if you said he's only written 3 songs and he's had 3 hits, that sounds a lot better. 700 songs, 3 hits? Monkeys at a typewriter. What?
Nothing. Monkeys at a typewriter.
Yeah, you put enough monkeys at a typewriter, sooner or later you're going to get monkey crap. Yes, Brumley?
And by the way, I just called you to say hi.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Did I bring up Neil Young?
Well, no.
Okay. And then he goes from Neil Young back to the Beatles.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
if you can't like the Beatles, why do you like ELO? I like ELO because I like ELO, and it's not the Beatles.
Yeah, and
that's why I like
Jeff
ELO.
Lynne's greatest influence was the Beatles. If it weren't for the Beatles, there wouldn't be any ELO for you to like.
Yeah, I know. ELO would still be here. They might not sound exactly the same, but they would be here regardless of the Beatles. They would just have found somebody else to be influenced by.
Somebody else who you hate, I guess.
I don't know. I like the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm. Well, wow, that's a breakthrough. Well, God knows I'll never call you again.
I'm just going to be quiet.
Okay.
Make him think he died.
No. That's Martin.
And interesting just listening to him breathe. Damn, he turned the radio off. All right, we got to go, Brumley.
What are you doing?
I'm just jacking with you.
What happened to you?
Nothing, just stop talking. I wanted you to think you died.
God, stop it. Al, I'm sorry.
You're welcome to call anytime you want.
Well, if dying means I won't be able to hear you, then I'm not really that scared of it.
Ooh. You know, it's not beneath me to whoop your ass.
I wish you'd try. I really do.
Dang.
One-handed in a wheelchair, I'd lay you out.
Not a chance.
And you're proud of this, Russ?
I just said it's not beneath me. I go to his house and beat his ass in his own front yard. Beat him with his own shoes.
Okay.
And then throw him across the street so he can't get to him.
Like you did at the restaurant that time.
Yeah.
And you'll never, ever get a shoe off of my foot again.
Why?
You just won't.
Oh, okay.
I won't allow it.
All right. Do you want to mention anything that was in the Philpott column?
What about it?
Somebody sent me a link, and it talked about you and going back to work and just prognoses and stuff like that.
Well, he just sent me an email asking how I was doing, said people were asking him for information, so I just sent him a little email back, and he put some of it in the paper today.
Did you know that he was going to use that?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And he told me he was going to mention it in his column.
Because at one point you had asked us just kind of keep things to ourselves, and when you got ready to say something, you'd say it.
I don't remember ever saying that.
Yeah, you did. But that's okay. Do you want to talk about anything, or you just want us to read the article, or what?
What do you mean keep things to myself? What are you talking about? I've been very open with you guys.
That's it. You missed what you missed.
What?
You missed what I said. Do you want to talk about this or not?
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I think people care. They followed you for the past 2 or 3 years on this show. They always ask, how's the Brumley? What's the update? So you got out of the hospital this last time, and they told you what?
Well, they said that the brain tumor has come back and that it's inoperable, and that if we just sat around and did nothing, I'd have like a matter of months. But we're not doing that. We're pursuing other options.
What are you looking into?
Well, I'm getting a drug right now that's supposed to boost my interferon level, whatever that stuff is. But it boosts your immune system and gets it to attack the tumor.
How can they go in 3 or 4 times into your head and not get everything? Is this thing regenerating that quick?
Yeah, it's like I've told you guys before. When you take a tumor out, you can take out what you can see, but there's always going to be microscopic particles left over, and that's what you hope to treat after the surgery with radiation and chemo or whatnot. But
so the idea is to go in and get as much as you can and treat the rest.
Right. But if it's not a benign tumor, then it's going to come back because you just can't. It's impossible to get it all out.
I'd be very hateful by now.
You would be. I know you would be.
I would.
Angry. I know you would be. I don't know how Al keeps from being angry. Maybe he is. Maybe he just doesn't do it in front of us.
Well, I take it out on Russ whenever he says something stupid about music.
Yeah, he calls me every day now and sucks at least 20 minutes out of my life.
Oh, I don't call you every day.
You call me enough to where it seems like every day.
Oh, for God's sake. I called you today. It's the first time I've called you in weeks.
And you take advantage of the fact that I'm worried about you, and I'm going to look at the caller ID and pick up the phone.
So you don't. I say something like that, and you don't address it. Today is the first time I've called you in weeks. Deny that.
I ain't denying nothing.
Because you know it's true.
Oh, who's going to take your word or get your word?
I won't call you anymore.
You call me all you want. We love the Brumley.
Just don't say anything stupid about music.
I don't have to like things that you like.
It's not a matter of
I don't like Neil Young. I don't like the Beatles. I don't like Bob Dylan. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like.
As fact.
Just because you like it doesn't mean anything. We'll see if he catches this. Just because a lot of people like something doesn't mean it's good.
That's exactly the opposite of what you just said.
Oh, he caught it. I just want to see if you were paying attention.
Oh, okay.
You ever think about turning the rest of your head into an aquarium?
Quit it. Stop that.
I don't know. I just kind of got this mental image of sucker fishes swimming around in his head.
No.
Is there anything that we can do for him?
I can't think of anything, really. We're doing fine.
Are you done with the food? You don't want to send you any more of that?
Yeah, we're fine. We're done. Yeah, we're in good shape.
What are you doing about yard work?
I have a friend who takes care of it.
Things around the house, cleaning up, because I'm sure you're disgusting.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, I think things are okay.
Laundry, stuff like that. We can help with a lot of this.
Well, if you want to come over and wash my drawers, that'd be fine.
That's exactly what I'd like to see. Your nasty, soiled old man drawers.
Well, you offered.
I'll come by this weekend and do your laundry.
Okay.
Make sure
I'll wear I'll wear the same pants all week long, so they'll be nice and right for you when you get here.
I mean, his turds look like horse apples.
All right.
God. They have to.
Leave him alone.
They have to.
Possibly so.
How do you go to the bathroom? Does Laura help you?
Huh?
How do you go to the bathroom?
I go to the bathroom just like anybody else.
Well, I mean, you don't have full movement anymore. Does Laura help you?
No. I just transfer from my wheelchair to the toilet.
Okay. I'd like to see that.
God.
Well, come on over and you can watch.
Why?
Just irritating.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll come by this.
I'll let you know when I'm finished, and you can come...
wipe you?
Wipe me.
Okay. Exactly what I wanted to do is wipe a critic from the Dallas Morning News. And since I can't get a hold of Steve Blow, you'll do.
Hey, now don't be talking about Steve.
He's an idiot.
Had a hard time.
He's an idiot.
What?
He's an idiot.
Okay, so now we're going to let Steve Blow in with all these other great people. People who are...
I don't want to address the Steve Blow thing again, but he's an idiot.
Why is Steve Blow an idiot? Steve Blow's a good guy. He's a great guy.
He had a problem with Operation Kindness, and I climbed up his... He's not listening to me.
No.
Anyway, I have to go. I'll come by this weekend and help you with things that you need.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Early Saturday?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be by.
All right.
All right. Well, he didn't say. How's his new treatment going?
Actually, they just started. I mean, within the last couple of weeks, so there's not much to report yet. I mean, it's just they're giving him shots. They're trying to boost up his immune system, get it to fight the tumor, and see how well that works. And his basic outlook is anything that's going to lengthen the amount of time that he has gives him more of a chance for somebody else to come up with something different.
And he did ask us to keep this to ourselves, right?
When he very first found out, he did, but I never asked him again after that whether it bothered him or anything else.
Because I've known, we've known for a while, and I didn't want to say anything because that's his call. That's his business.
And I spaced out on. I never asked him again whether. I mean, I told him several times people always call and ask and stuff like that, but he never said, "We'll go ahead and tell him" or anything. So.
Isn't it weird though? You talk to him on the phone, and there's not a chance in hell you could figure out if he goes, "Hey, guess what's wrong with me?"
No.
You'd never figure out. You'd never think some type of tumor. Nope. Or something where they just said, you know what? We can't operate on this anymore. If it were me and I picked that, you called me,
right?
I'd answer the phone every time.
Right.
I'm dying.
I know, Russ. I know you're dying.
I'm dying.
I know that. Can I do anything for you?
What do you want?
Can I do anything for you?
Why? I'm going to die.
No. Come by, bring you some food?
I'll be dead. I'm dying.
I know.
I could live for another 25 years, and every day, hello, I'm dying.
Yep. Just irritating.
Him, not a freaking peep.
Not a peep. You're right. I don't know how he does it. Speaking of people dying,
hold on a second. How are we doing spot-wise? Make it quick.
You and what you said to me yesterday on the phone.
You had it coming.
I was in tears.
You had it coming.
How did I have that coming?
You had it coming.
How?
You had it coming.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
You didn't let me off the hook fast enough.
I almost just hung up the phone and let you sit on it for at least a day.
I wouldn't have sat on it. Would have come over to your house. You suck as a human. You thought that was funny.
We have to break.
Okay.
I didn't have to immediately tell you.
You didn't have to say that at all.
I could have hung up the phone. I'm surprised you believe anything that comes out of my mouth.
You said it. Why would you say that?
Just to ruin, because you were having a good time.
I was having a great day.
I wanted to piss you off.
When the back bedroom closed the door.
You cry?
I was, by the time you let me off the hook, I was. It's not funny. And it's damn bad karma.
It is not.
It is.
It is not.
It is. Anyway. It was a crappy thing to do.
Okay, fine. Talk about it when we come back. Nice little radio tease.
I like that.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
That's what I'm going to do.
You're actually going to put a picture of your butt up on the website.
I told you, just because Trey didn't want to do it, I'm going to take this bottle rocket, this huge rocket thing. I'm going to stick it in the crack of my ass, and I'm going to bend over, and it's going to launch out.
Okay. We're going to put it in the crack, up and down like this?
I haven't decided.
Okay.
I'm going to stick it straight in the toot. I'm proving a point here that Trey is not above the rest of us. I'm not going to stick anything in my butt. Oh, fine. So you can screw up the show on Thursday, but you're going to negotiate with me on punishment on Friday? I think not. So who's going to his appearance tomorrow night?
Norm actually emailed us. Where did it go here? He said, I can't find it now. He said basically if it was going to be Dan Lewis, did he need to provide his microphone, or would Dan bring his own from the old joke? And
Norm, he's a funny fella.
He's a funny fella. Here it is. Okay, if Dan Lewis does the remote, A, will Laura allow him to be at the condoms to go that late? 2, will he bring his own megaphone? If not, give me Eddie. He rules at remotes. Norm.
Eddie, can you go?
I really can't. Oh, I said it can.
Oh, Eddie can't go. So it's got to be you or...
I'll go. I love condoms to go. I was going to go by there anyway. Norm's get me some stuff.
What?
Just, we talked about this the other day. Stuff.
The motorized chair?
That, yes.
Bang and Joy at the racetrack wasn't enough?
It was plenty. It was fun. What's wrong with being a little spur of the moment? Didn't hurt anybody. I didn't get caught. Didn't go to jail.
You don't know. I still haven't seen the security cameras at Lone Star. You don't know. You have an idea.
They're going to arrest me for that. I wasn't in front of anybody.
All right.
Other than 10,000 people.
Are you outside?
Yes.
Okay, then. You bang her at the wine festival?
No, there was no place to sneak away. But I'm thinking a Ranger game would be cool. Because I've done Texas Stadium. I did the Star Texas Stadium a few years back. Not with Joy. Lone Star Park, so.
Why don't you do it on home plate?
That I'd have to, yeah, I could do that. I'd have to do it like I did at Texas Stadium, which is get to know the security guard and go in at night.
I mean during the game.
Oh, no, not during the game.
Who's going to see it?
No, not during the game. Everyone on home plate. Everyone.
Rangers.
Oh, I forgot. Well, it's the players. They got to be there.
Okay.
You got a point. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of open suites up there.
Fine. Banger everywhere. Marquee territory all over North Texas.
It's just fun. It's innovative.
It's not innovative. It's just why I don't understand why banging somebody's guts isn't enough just to do it at home. You got to do it out in public.
It's fun. It's just
you're an exhibitionist.
No.
Both you and her are exhibitionists.
No one can
you
see
have that,
us.
so why do it out there?
Because it's fun.
It's the excitement of maybe getting caught because you are an exhibitionist.
Well, if I got caught, that would be not good, especially at a KVIL event with both of our bosses there.
That's why you're doing it. That added more to the penalty phase if you got caught.
It's like, why do you do it in the car? Why do you go do it in the lake? Or
I don't do it in those places. I do it. I know this is going to sound damn strange on that big rectangular fluffy thing some people call a mattress.
I understand. Well, you also, you know.
When was the last time you actually banged somebody in a bed? And I mean at your house.
We did it also Saturday morning or Sunday morning in bed.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you know. More often than not, it's in the bed. But it's still fun to do other things. Hammocks on the porch.
Okay. You bang her on your porch where people could see.
No, not really. Not where the hammock is. You can't really see up there. Just fun to be outdoors.
You're an exhibitionist. You want somebody to see.
It's just, I enjoy nudity. It's not a matter of other people seeing.
I don't like you enjoying nudity. That's the last thing I want you to enjoy.
But you want me to pull my pants down and run with a bottle rocket.
That's funny.
I agree.
That's entertaining.
I'll do it.
I almost want to go do it right now. Why don't you do it now?
Okay. Well, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Why?
Wait, was my thing in the front going to be... I don't have any underwear on today. I'm wearing a swimsuit. It's got a lining to it, but if I pull that down...
Do you need the lining?
Everything comes down. Do I need it? Yeah, in a swimsuit, yeah, you have to have a lining. Otherwise, your stuff would be touching.
Well, I don't know what's the matter with you.
Anyway, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to do it tomorrow, too.
Okay. Just tell me in your mind how you see this, though, once again.
You stick it in your hole, and you light it, and you bend over so you can launch it in the air. Give me the rocket, and I'll show you right now.
Are you going to put some lube on it?
I don't care how you hold it in. Lube may let it fall out.
You want it to fall out. You want it to shoot out.
Well, that's what I meant. How long does this stick? About a foot?
No, it's almost 2 feet.
That stick's 2 feet? That's about 18 inches. Yeah. All right, and the actual rocket itself is about 4. So this is a big rocket.
That's going to burn you. It's going to burn your butt.
Nah.
Have you ever seen the sparks that come out of those?
Here's the way I want it to look when you do it.
All right. Wait a minute. Tell me when it's safe.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
What?
Nothing. I just found the hole.
Oh, and I'm a freak. You're shoving a bottle rocket up there.
Yeah. Nasty.
Tell me when I can look.
I'm getting excited. Oh. All right. Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
Hang on. I got to put it where I can squeeze on it. What? I didn't realize how tight my ass is now. All the working out.
Lovely.
All right. Hang on. There you go. Wait. Don't look yet.
Okay.
And then you go like this. Look.
Okay. Eddie, look, Eddie, look, Eddie, look.
That's the way you do it.
But how do you run like that?
You just run.
You just bend over.
Yeah.
All right. Bend over and launch it like that. Oh, I can do that. I'll do that.
Yeah. And it just launches out of your crack.
Well, I don't need underwear for that then.
We're going to do it now.
I'll just pull it down just like that.
Get the stick in your hole. That's kind of neat.
And you're calling me a freak. At least I'm having sex with a woman, not with a bottle rocket.
You want to smell the stick?
No.
Smell it.
I don't want to smell it. Get away from me. You're having gay sex with a stick.
Smell it.
No.
Stink.
It's yours. God, you're disgusting.
All right. What are we playing today, Eddie?
Brother Jeopardy.
Is it any good?
I like it, okay.
All right. Go ahead, Amy.
Hey, I just want to tell JD, you go, boy.
Thank you.
So have you ever done Texas Motor Speedway by chance?
Actually,
thanks for calling, Amy. By the way, Dan, go ahead and line up 3 brothers for Brother Jeopardy. Did you go out to the Speedway?
The day of your first police parade. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the Motorplex.
So you banged somebody at the Motorplex?
Yeah. No, I've never done Texas Motor Speedway. The day of the big parade, I had to go change clothes in the Captain Morgan outfit, and she went with me to help.
Dandy.
Sorry. Motor Speedway is almost easy because they got real apartments up there.
Yeah. I still don't get why you were pissed off Sunday.
You damn well know why, and that was rude.
Was it not?
And there's no radio shtick funny thing. That was rude.
It's funny to me.
How is that funny? You had me in tears, literally.
Well, you call up and you're all excited.
It was a great day.
Had a big Sunday, and you're trying to tell me all the stuff that went on.
To the wine festival, we did. It was just a great weekend. I was just saying, what was going on? How was your weekend?
You tell me about the stuff at Lone Star Park. You didn't tell me about the porking.
Mm-hmm.
Saw KC, saw Cool in the Gang, Dave Siebert, all the radio people. You giving me the whole weekend. I hear Joy giggling in the background.
It was great. And then you
were both irritating.
Why was that irritating?
Because you were a little drunk when you called me Sunday.
I had some wine, yes.
You had a lot of wine.
I had some wine. Well, I won't call you anymore, especially if you're going to be rude.
I just said it.
That was how is that funny?
I don't know, but I laughed.
I didn't. Before, during, or after?
I'll tell Eddie. All right, so he calls and he's doing all this. Eddie's giggling. You know how he is when he gets drunk.
Yeah.
And Joy's in the background, and she's giggly. Oh, well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. How come I haven't heard from you? Well, I would have called, but my dad died yesterday.
And he says it just like that. Shut up, Eddie. That's not funny. There's nothing funny about that.
Eddie thinks it's funny.
We had just gotten home.
And then he goes, of all people, why would you believe me?
Well, just
my dad died yesterday. And he goes, oh, no. Do you need me to come over? I went, all right, I got to go. And I'm trying to get off the phone because Vance is sitting next to me. And he's laughing his ass off. And I'm looking at him going,
it's a bad karma to put out there. It is, too.
It is not.
Dad died.
Well, nothing's going to happen to him because I said something.
Back of the house. I told Joey, I snap at her. I go, get away from me. Leave me alone for a minute. And then there I'm starting.
Yeah, what were you screaming at her for?
Because she was like, let's go. Because she was all giggly. And it's like, inappropriate. Stop it. So now she's mad at me, too. Then I got fun. He told me his dad died, but he was kidding. You snapped at me for that? You have a real sick sense of humor, and obviously it's funny to Eddie, too.
It was funny to Vance. It was funny to me. Obviously, it's funny to Eddie. No. You just kept going on and on. Yeah,
I can relate.
You really should have come out to Lone Star Park. Everybody was asking about you. We had a big time. Yeah, you need to get out of the house more. Well, I'd like to, but my dad died.
God. I can relate. I mean, I've had that phone call. And people's dads do just suddenly die. And I just can't imagine you would throw that out like that.
Why? Because I said it's not going to kill him.
No, but it's just...
And me, of all people, I would ask for a corpse before I took my word for it.
I just didn't think my friend would say his father had died just to ruin my day.
I almost just got off the phone and left it.
I would have killed you if I waited. I would have come over. I was about ready to get in the car.
I wasn't home.
I'd have found you.
We were out driving around in the Batmobile.
Lovely. Well, you're having a wonderful day. Sorry I couldn't ruin yours. That's just cold.
I let you off the hook.
Thank you. About, 2 minutes later?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I even said, I got to go. That's where I was going to hang up the phone. Don't go. What happened?
Very much like you don't want to be alone if that had happened. You did that when you had that girlfriend died. You didn't want anybody around. You didn't want anybody to come to the funeral. You didn't want anybody to come over to your house.
Who said I didn't want anybody to come over to the house? Actually, I was kind of relieved when she died.
What does that mean?
Because it was a rotten relationship. And she would call and I would come back, or I would call, she would come back, and at that point it was over.
I guess, yes, it was definitely over. No, you said you didn't want anybody to come.
I'm sorry, that sounds selfish the way I said that.
Yes, very much. She died. It's a good thing for you.
I didn't kill her.
No, you didn't.
I didn't have anything to do with her cocaine addiction.
No.
I'm not saying she deserved it. I'm just saying when that happened, the first thing that came to my mind is I don't have an alibi.
Yeah.
The second thing that came to mind was, well, I guess it's over now.
It's for sure over. You were very quiet at that time, and you didn't want anybody to come to the funeral.
What do you mean I was quiet? I showed up, but we had a TV shoot that night, and I showed up for it.
Well, no, but you worked. But you, again, you're a
I was trying to pick up chicks that night during the TV shoot. Mm. Took a couple of them home. Dan told him, because Dan Lewis was the producer. Mm-hmm. Russ is kind of sad because his girlfriend died today. You want to come home with us?
2?
My apartment.
2 girls?
Yeah.
2 girls to your apartment by yourself? Or with Dan?
But Dan came. He didn't do nothing.
Oh.
He was just doing it for me in case one of them didn't work out.
Very nice.
I was upset. I needed to be consoled.
You were not. You were glad. You cussed at her in her casket.
There are some things that aren't meant to be on the air.
Oh.
And this is one of them. She owed me money.
I know. You don't cuss at somebody in their own casket.
She owed me money.
Don't call him a bitch. You owe me $8,000, bitch. Do you have anything else to it? Like, I'm glad you're dead?
I can tell you something else, but it has to stay off the air.
Oh, I bet. Let me guess. You swear to God.
Shut up.
Oh, my God.
Shut up.
I didn't say a word. Eddie, that ain't funny.
And the other thing is, really... What?
What do you mean, what? Did you really?
Shush. Shushies. Shush to you. Have a great big bottle of shush.
I got it. I can't even.
Up. If you're out of shush, raise the flag, have some more.
Okay. I can't.
Shush.
I'm not.
You want some honey on your shush?
I don't. No.
Okay.
No more for me.
Where's her brother, Jeopardy? And I didn't have an alibi. That's the first thing I was worried about. Luckily, there was already a police report. Everything was ready to go.
Yeah. It was obvious what happened.
Well, it was obvious what happened. What wasn't obvious, or what the big shocking thing was, she had started AA. I know I've told this story 3 or 4 times. Started AA, and they told her, you got to get out of a relationship because you're going to be abusive until you get all this straightened out. Fine. She does all that. 2 chicks that I dated, and I found out afterwards they had been doing coke. You'd think I'd notice the signs. But both of them hit it. The first one, I didn't know to watch for mood swings and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they hit it because they knew you're not into that.
Right. Yeah, in fact, the second one, she was going, how are you in radio and you're not doing cocaine? Well, there's a lot of things I don't do, and I'm in radio. Just because you're in radio doesn't mean that you got to do toot. Plus, I don't play enough records to get free toot from the record companies.
I never did either.
I forgot where I was in the story. Oh, anyway, AAA, AA, whatever, and she said, I can't be in a relationship. It's like, well, you know what? The year and a half we've been going out, that's the only thing that you said that makes sense. So we had to break up.
Okay.
Hanging out with her AA sponsor, doing coke. Died on her birthday.
Quite sad, yes. As you asked her to.
I asked her to what?
You wished she would die on her birthday.
I didn't ask her to do that.
You wished she had. You said before she died, I hope the bitch dies on her birthday.
So we saved room on her tombstone.
That's exactly right.
You know what that means? I'd start effing with me if I were you.
I will. No more.
I've only wished it once, and it happened.
Okay.
Want some?
No, I don't.
You sure?
Yes.
November 14th ain't that far away.
It's coming up.
Let me wish now.
No, don't.
I'll say the words.
You say it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay. Did you get 3 people of color? All right. Are they all on good phones? Sure. Okay. Then here we go. We still have time to do this?
Yo, live from the CBS studios in Nordino, this is Brother Jeopardy. I'm your announcer, Dion DeFrance Johnson, and now the host of Brother Jeopardy, that sorry, no good redneck cracker, Russ Martin.
Is that Woodrow?
I believe it is, yeah.
Haven't seen him in a while. All right, let me get our contestants on the phone. Hi, Joe.
What's going on?
What do you do for a living?
What's that?
What do you do for a living?
I'm the brother that jumped at it and waved at you at the toll booth yesterday.
Hang on a second. You jump out at me at a toll booth?
Yeah, when you came down George Bush yesterday. You had a gray-haired fellow with you.
Oh, that was Vance. Oh, that was right when I was telling JD that my dad died. I waved or honked or something, didn't I?
I don't remember. I think you looked over.
Yeah, you jumped out. It scared me. I spit up. I remember that. All right. Which booth are you in? I'll stop next time.
I'm on the same one today. Tomorrow I'll be on the main plaza.
All right.
I'm your buddy Dave. I'm your Dave's friend.
Which Dave?
Dave that screen. Russ, down on Preston.
Oh, you guys know each other?
Yes.
Oh, I know. I remember you now. Because did they warn you from the previous booth that I was coming through?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I went through the first toll plaza, and then he was waiting for me at the second toll plaza. It's like, how the hell did you know I was coming?
Radio?
Yeah.
Was that the first or second Batmobile?
That was the number 2 one.
All right.
To look okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. Hi, Will.
Hi, how you doing?
What do you do for a living?
I work at a hospital.
Okay. Which one?
Mesquite Community Hospital.
What do you do out there?
I'm a technician in the ER.
Okay. And what about you, Tiffany? What do you do?
I work in a pharmacy.
Pharmacy?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to ask questions about some brothers and sisters. If you know the answer, say your name. Your name is your buzzer. JD's going to tell us what we're playing for.
Playing for 12 months bronze level web hosting service from VertBiz.com, the official web host of Live 105.3, The Russ Martin Show, a $50 gift certificate to any Applebee's restaurant, and a Planet X Superstore prize pack, which includes cool adult goodies.
Okay. Here we go. As in regular Jeopardy, make sure that you answer in the form of a question. Here we go. He got arrested for gulping down a couple of Colt 45s and then beating his woman. Tiffany, go ahead.
It was Billy B. Williams?
Yes. Very nice. Good thing this cop never got shot on duty, seeing how he cried like a woman after he got fired recently.
Joe.
Will.
Joe, go ahead.
Who's Tyrell Bolton?
Tyrell Bolton is correct. He could float like a butterfly.
Joe.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
It was Muhammad Ali?
Yes, but now he just shakes like Michael J. Fox. He proved that money can buy you freedom, but it can't put a white woman's head back on.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who's O.J. Simpson?
O.J. Simpson is right. This ex-Dallas Cowboy was showing a lot of crack when he got busted for a lot of weed. Go ahead, Tiffany.
It was Michael Irvin?
Nope. Will, go ahead.
Who's Nate Newton?
Nate Newton is right. He once had the sharpest tongue in comedy, but now it hangs out of his mouth when they wheel him around to awards shows. Go ahead, Will.
Who is Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor is right.
All tied up. Sorry.
Famous rapper that was more famous for being Jennifer Lopez's
Tiffany.
bit. Go ahead.
Will.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
It was Puff Daddy?
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, or Sean Combs. We're taking them all. Thank God for the Rainbow Coalition. Or
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who's Jesse Jackson?
Or he couldn't afford all of his illegitimate children. Yes. This Little Rock took most ghettos by storm because it was a cheap high.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
What is crack cocaine?
Yes. All right, here we go. Where'd I leave off? Her Psychic Friends Network obviously doesn't work.
Will.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
It was Dionne Warwick?
Yes. Or they would have told her not to carry 4 joints into the airport. This super rapper and his dog pound.
Will.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
It was Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg is right. Keep Colombian drug lords in business all by themselves. If this crack peddler turned rapper gets shot one more time.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who is 50 Cent?
50 Cent is right. He might not live to see Shorty's next birthday. Musical genius who thinks a woman is too old when she's 16.
Tiffany.
Tiffany, go ahead.
It was R. Kelly?
R. Kelly is right. Two Live Crew rapper that got sued for stealing his name from Star Wars movies.
Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Who's Luke Skywalker?
Luke Skywalker is right. He was a crack addict turned firefighter turned rapper famous for his Gangsta's Paradise.
Tiffany.
Tiffany, go.
It was Coolio?
Coolio is right. Dallas Cowboys quarterback that somehow made it to the pros without being...
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
It was Quincy Carter.
Quincy Carter's right. Without being able to throw a spiral if his life depended on it.
Dead duck.
Don't they play tonight?
Yep.
They do, yes.
Who they play?
New York Football Giants.
You want to go see the game?
Can't believe it's in New York.
I don't mean that.
I didn't think maybe you thought I was in town. Shut up, Eddie. I didn't know if you knew it was out of town.
I meant we could watch it on the TV.
Oh, sure. You can watch it. You can do that too. Well, you used to be in... Never mind. They're back in town the day after your birthday. You want to go out there for your birthday?
Sure.
Okay.
October 5th?
October 5th. I think they play Atlanta or somebody.
I was going to say we could go up. There's where Randy's working tonight, my trainer.
Okay, yeah.
Working at that bar.
Love to.
Stop by and see her.
Well, I'm not dressed.
It's just a sports bar.
Okay.
Okay. We're not going to New York.
Okay.
All right.
I feel better now.
Poor little woman that didn't think she did anything wrong by giving a white guy a ride home and a place to stay for a couple of days in her windshield. Go ahead, Joe.
Ashante Mallett.
Yes. Billionaire black businessman who turned into a superhero at night to fight crime in New York City.
Tiffany.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Who was Shaq?
Nope.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who's nobody?
That's right. Trick question. The only player to score 100 points in a basketball game.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who is Wilt Chamberlain?
Yes. And with 20,000 women after the games.
Hey, now.
He can make one hell of a cookie.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who's famous Amos?
Yes, but didn't know how to keep Whitey from taking his company from him. Yeah, what's the score?
Would you accept a nigger with a cookie, too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we would have preferred that.
Joe's got 5, Will's got 9, Tiffany's got 7.
Okay. And let's see. This style of spinning on the floor while dancing...
Will.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
What is breakdancing?
Breakdancing is right. Died out when all the white kids started doing it as good as the black fellers. He could be called the godfather of running from the cops.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who's James Brown?
Yes, across state lines with no teeth and no tires on his car. This lip-syncing music sensation will... Go ahead, Tiffany.
What is Milli Vanilli?
Milli Vanilli is right. We'll never get back together because one of them ain't got no head. She's famous for, did you cut your lights on for Officer Joe? Now pass the cheese.
You make that up.
No. I've only been talking about it for a couple of weeks. Nobody? Who is Diane Ragsdale?
I'm still waiting for that website.
What, blackchickseatingcheese.com? Or Buckteeth Cheese? Buckteeth Chicks Eating Cheese. Mm-hmm. Or blacksoncheese.com.
Lovely website.
One of the last things I asked Trey to do before he left was get her on because so I could watch her eat Colby in the studio.
Right.
God, that'd just be an evening in itself.
Yeah.
Sitting around the house, having a nice bottle of wine, watching Diane Ragsdale eat cheese. Those buck teeth.
Good.
Yeah, where was I? Here it is. This is the preferred method of borrowing a white man's car when he strays into the hood.
Will,
go ahead.
With his carjacking.
Yes. This Grandmaster of Funk would climb off the mothership at the start of each Parliament concert.
Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
George Clinton.
George Clinton is right. He is thought to have killed Tupac and Biggie Smalls.
Joe.
Go ahead,
Will.
Tiffany.
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight is right. It made it look like they did it to each other. He probably saw a purple haze.
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Who's Jimi Hendrix?
While he was choking to death on his own puke after overdosing. She obviously had had as much luggage as talent, and it caused her plane to crash in Jamaica.
Will.
Go ahead, Joe.
It was Aaliyah.
Aaliyah's right. Another reason not to get on a private aircraft because you don't always know who's flying it. Well, you don't know if it's overpacked. You got people and more people to double check the major airlines. You don't have that on the small aircraft. That's another reason I'm not getting on one.
Well, that's okay. Well, if I'm flying it, we know it's not going to be overpacked.
We don't know that,
yes,
especially. Never mind, I'll let it go.
Thank you.
Unless you hang it out the window.
Thank you.
He proved that if you're running low on talent, have a stroke, go into a coma, people will buy your album if they think it's the last one. Go ahead, Joe.
Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross is right. This seems to be black people's favorite color since they put it on their cars, necks, and teeth.
Joe.
Joe?
Platinum.
Nope. Anyone else?
Joe.
Go ahead, Joe. What is gold? What's the matter with you? All right. Am I down to the last one? Please tell me it's not close to a tie.
It is dangerously close.
All right.
This is the last one. You're in the clear.
All right. He heard through the grapevine that his daddy bought a brand new gun. Go ahead, Joe.
It was Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye is right. What's the score?
Final score. Joe had 9. Tiffany had 10. Will had 12.
So, Will, what he's got?
He's got 12 months Farms level web hosting from VertBiz.com, the official web host of Live 105.3 and The Russ Martin Show. A $50 gift certificate to any Applebee's restaurant and a Planet X Superstore adult prize pack.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
All right, so you're going to go tomorrow night?
Yes.
Okay. And Norm's okay with that?
I suppose. I haven't talked to him about it. I'm sure it'll be okay. I'll email him or call him.
Are you going to talk to Trey?
If you would like me to. Why don't you two talk?
I don't want to.
Okay.
He had his opportunity to rectify the situation. He chose other.
True. What would you like me to tell him?
He's suspended for a week.
Okay. And then he can come back?
I haven't decided.
Okay.
We'll know more as the week goes on. I'll have time to dwell on it.
Okay. And then he still has to do the bottle rocket in the arse.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't have to do that?
Bottle rocket thing is gone.
Okay. Because we're both going to do it.
Yeah. Going to do it to prove a point. Mm-hmm. I'm not sticking anything in my butt. Okay, fine, don't. Did you get his card key? I told you to get his card key and his key to the building.
You didn't tell me.
All right, fine.
I'll talk to him. Well, I mean, what am I... Never mind. We'll talk about it off the air. What I'm going to say.
You're out for a week without pay.
Okay. It was an expensive week, too, because it cost him that appearance.
I can't help it.
I know.
I kind of like the idea of Dan coming back, though. Doesn't it just, on the air, doesn't it just kind of feel natural?
You had a lot of years with Dan.
That's not a yes.
I love spending time with you, too.
On the air, it feels natural.
On the air, it certainly does, but he's not going to like coming back and sitting in the office.
Well, that's the new producer rule. That's the way it's done now. You sit in the office, you produce a show, you come on the air from time to time, and that's it.
And he's got to launch a bottle rocket from his butt, too?
He ain't got to do nothing.
Okay.
He hasn't screwed up.
Okay.
He's already been punished for his screw-ups.
Yes.
2 shows a day, 3 days a week at Six Flags.
Yeah, all summer.
So it'll depend if Dan wants to come back or not. All right. But after today, I don't want to talk about it. I'll just let this week go and see how it floats. Then we'll go from there.
Today went fine. O'Malley came in early. He helped.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good. All right. It's close enough to 7. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Okay. Oh, did you see Clinton on TV today for the Gray Davis?
I did not.
Clinton was in church with Gray Davis. Kind of like a little, just a support photo op.
Man, of all places.
And Gray Davis, from what I hear, he's also planning on bringing Jesse Jackson out.
Bringing out all the stops.
All the adulterers.
Yes. Those would not be the guys I'd be rallying around myself if I was trying to wrap myself in some kind of flag.
Well, I don't know if you read this today in the news or not. He's got a slight...
lead in the polls?
Well, he's catching up, and also they're not going to have the recall on October 7th of the vote.
Oh.
There's a voting problem in California. Right. Some of the punch card voter thingies, they want to get those replaced before they do anything else in California. So he's got a little bit more time. But hanging out with Clinton is not the way to go. No. And hanging out with Jesse Jackson is not the way to go.
I wouldn't think so.
Jesse Jackson's the last person I would ever want associated with anything. I don't care about his Rainbow Coalition. I don't care what he's done for this country. He gets in people's business, and he's got no place to be in there. Having Jesse Jackson tell you how to correct a situation is exactly like Dr. Phil having a diet book.
Yeah. But people still listen to him. And people are going to go out and buy that book. I guarantee you nobody will lose a single pound, but people will buy that book just because it says Dr. Phil on it. Larry could sell snot.
Larry, why is that?
Just because he's attached to Oprah. He luck of the draw. You know the story, right?
No.
Somebody will probably correct me. I'm probably missing. But he owned a jury selection company here.
I didn't know that those existed, but go ahead.
Yes. And when Oprah had her big trial out in West Texas.
What is he, by the way? Psychologist? Psychotherapist? Psychiatrist?
I do not know. I can find out, but I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
Luck of the draw, ended up meeting Oprah and getting her paying him to help pick the jury out there, and she won.
Okay.
And he was in her corner. He was a cheerleader. You got to get up there and you got to beat him in the head, or this will continue. You just got to go out to Texas, and he got the bed and breakfast set up. He just became her right arm in Texas.
Okay.
And that's how they hooked up. And it's just been, I'm not one to point fingers, but coattail riding ever since. And he got the guy's own show, and that was a spin-off of this, and the books, and now, now he writes a diet book.
I'm telling you, Larry North was absolutely short of peeing blood. He was just so pissed off that Dr. Phil had come out with this because either Larry North or one of Larry North's trainers had worked with Dr. Phil's wife. This is a story I got from Larry. But I still contend looks like Francis is talking mule.
It does not.
Yes, he does.
I don't get that, a reference at all, but okay.
Just his face.
Okay.
Anyway, they helped her lose like the last 10 pounds that she couldn't get off. Larry offered to go on the show. Dr. Phil doesn't need you. He's writing a diet book. Congratulations. Let me come on. I'll help validate his book. Sorry, I don't need you.
Perfect.
So now Larry's twisted.
Well, even Dr. Phil even said on the air, this is more like a do like I say, don't do like I do book. In other words, you don't know what to do, but you're going to tell me.
Right. Okay. Obviously, it's too hard for you to follow. Yeah. Why am I going to do it?
And they're set up at Walmart. They have a separate little thing to stand for them. They're not even with the regular books.
Bestseller in a week.
I bet you're right.
Watch. All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, come out and see me, JD, at Condoms to Go at Central Expressway in Walnut Hill tomorrow night from 8 until 10 o'clock. I'll have tickets to the Chevy 500, and I'll be out again at the Secret Bar and Sports Pub on Lower Greenville Avenue. That'll be on Friday night from 8 to 10. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, to email us individually, go to russmartin.com to get answers to any questions you may ever have about the Russ Martin Show. It's all at russmartin.info. Instant email during the show is studio@russmartin.com. Other show sites, johndavidryan.com, eddieBoyd.com, Trey Chenholm, danandtassos.com, GailLightfoot.com, and let me see what else. LarryNorth.com. We talked about him today. Everything else is at live1053.com.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
The Liz Wild Show is next.